Hello. Hey everybody, happy Monday. The start of another week. And here we are back on Route 66 in the Grand Owl Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it is. How are you? It's Monday. How did this happen? So to our friends over in, well, that side of the pond, in the United States, I believe it's your Memorial Day, vacation day, your day off, as it were. Well, how is? Hope you're all keeping very well. For the rest of us, oh no, hang on that side of the pond in the UK, they have a day off. The poor old Paddy right in the middle, we've no day off. I was working today, but I'm off next Monday. You know, so far you guys have handled the day off all right, therefore we'll proceed with caution. But yes, so we're back in Microsoft Flight Sim. We're back on Route 66, and well, we're going to go flying, man. It's Monday night. And so far, touch wood, you know, nothing's broken. Although, we did get a patch for the sim that fixed one of the massive geekness from jumping up and down. And well, for some people, wait till you hear this, it causes an issue. Really? A patch or an update causing an issue? Who would have thought it? But at the moment, everything's fine, right? There's nothing weird happening. So far. Early days yet. But anyway, I left you off in this place, which is an interesting place. It's called San Miguel Ranch, which is a private concrete airstrip, and it's a property of the Scientology-affiliated Church of Spiritual Technology. Right? Look at the thingy, majiggy, look. See the round thingies? They're like crop circles. Only they're not crop circles. They're like, I don't know, landing details or something. Kind of an interesting place. So our plan today, well, we're going to continue heading eastwards along Route 66. We're going to take off from here. Then it's down to a place called, hang on, Tucumcari. He's like a third relation of Tutankhamun, but it's Kilo Tango Charlie Charlie. It's a municipal airport, not very far from here. Then we're going to ramble up to a place called, nearly said a place called, how does one pronounce this? Is it the Ute Dam or the Ute Ram? The Dam. Dam. Echo 97. Basically, it's a big dam over in a place called Logan in New Mexico. Right? And from there, we shall ramble over then to the Rick Husband Amarillo International Airport, Kilo Alpha Mike Alpha. Right? So we have a plan for tonight, and friends, wait till you see this. Now this is weird, it'll give me a landing rate of about 1 million feet per second. Oosh-ah-ee. Would you look at the state of this little fella? Ooh, and this here is the Ryan STA, meaning aerobatic, special. And it's a brand new release in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It kind of got in under the doormat. It kind of said, hang on, there's no one looking, I'll just jump in. And well, we're going to go flying in it tonight. Because, well, I like the vintage. It's a bit like myself. I'm becoming vintage with me blonde hair. But, yeah, right. New airplane. So we're going to have a look at this, see what it's about. And there's some history here, man. So this should be interesting. You know, performance-wise, Wacko would keep up with it at 152. Probably a little bit faster than it. But it's kind of something that looks really, really well. The aircraft modelling on this looks amazing. So, we're going to check it all out. So I'll ramble over here to the chat to say hello because it's Monday and we're here on YouTube. And many thanks for everyone for joining me. Had a bit of a mad weekend. So on Friday, well, we all saw what happened to me on Friday, God almighty. And then on, was it Saturday? We went racing. Us racing. And yeah, Hammy punted me on the first corner. I was going to win, but then Hammy came along and a murder death kill at the new Hammerhead corner. But that was a lot of fun. And Alison Johnson was flying a course on Saturday. And then on Sunday, Viper Strike was in the airs. And well, we did a little bit more racing on Sunday. But then I had to jump away. I went out early Sunday morning. Didn't get much sleep Saturday night because, well, we were racing and then we were doing more testing. And it was great fun. So on Sunday morning, the weather in Ireland, by the way, man, it's so nice. It's like 21 or 22 degrees Celsius. It was just beautiful weather here the weekend. So on Sunday, I headed down to a place in Limerick. It's called Foynes, Foynes, Foynes in County Limerick. And what makes Foynes so special, it's an old seaplane landing facility. Back in the day when they had like seaplanes or boat planes. And one in particular, it was called the Clipper Atlantic. It was a Boeing 314A. It was the height of luxury from around 1939 to 1943. And they have a replica down there. Now, everything's closed, the world, but you can kind of see the tail hanging out of a building. Do you know what I mean? Rural Ireland, and you're driving by, and here's this monstrosity of a Boeing. It's pretty cool. So, when the world gets back to normal, we're definitely going to take you down there for a spin and check it all out. There's so much history there, because apart from like the aviation history, which there is a lot of, even if you start looking into what the Clipper Atlantic was, or the Boeing 314, they were like the first Air Force One. What? Do you know what I mean? And like they were pretty much a predecessor for a lot of military-styled aircraft. And I think the flight from the United States over to Ireland, well, it took 17 hours, man. And they all had like beds and stuff, full-size beds, and like a dining room aboard the aircraft, which looked amazing. And I do know that there is a company called Pilots, and they made this rendition of the aircraft available in P3D. And, I kind of said, hey, BJanie, then, would you be kind of thinking about maybe bringing this to, you know what I mean? Oh, right. So I don't know when, but you know what I mean? They're thinking about it. So, into the chat we go. We have Mazep here. Good to see you, my dude. Captain Sickbag has rambled in. He says, good evening, Two-Tone, or should I say after what happened last Friday? Two-Toe. So, me bruises have bruises. They're like some sort of exotic tattoo that you'd get maybe, I don't know, in Australasia. The pain! The pain. Anyway, good to see you, my dude. Waylon Tutani is in the house. Good evening to you. David Heath rambles in, along with Martel. Good to see you. Mr. Chippy is here. How are you, Mr. Chippy? How's the Lemsip? Are you over the late unpleasantness? I hope so. Wombat49 is here. He says, G'day, Murph. The internet gods have blessed me today. Blessings be upon thee from thy internet god. But great to see him, dude. David Donald rambles in. He says, live weather has a thunderstorm. Ooh, yes it does. The weather's been nuts. Oh, Danny Eds rambles in. Grafton11 is in the house. Dennis G is here. That man's now a thunderfly. He got thrown into the deep end. So the thunderflies were over on Further Learn to Fly on Saturday at 1200 Zulu. The weekend just gone past. Man, did they do a job? Ooh. Myself and Epic Fool were there. We're the camera people. We look after the cameras. And what a display them guys did. Amazing work once again with the Thunderflies. And it was a huge stream. It went on for hours. Fantastic stuff. Godden is in the house. Good to see him, my dude. Gibbo Ireland rumbles in. He says, evening. Hope everyone's doing well on this fine day. All right. Gibbo, it is good to see him, my dude. Scott Voigt is here. He says, afternoon all. Stand by for action. Hope all is well, Scott. Happy Monday to you. Bad Dog is here. He says, hello. Back on the tube. Evening all. He's a great dog. Really great dog. It's great to see you, Bad Dog. Happy Monday to you. Kevin Riley rumbles in. He says, yay. A new week of flying. Right? So, this week, we've Route 66 tonight. Then on Wednesday, it's back in the world of Twitch. And, I have something else kind of cool and awesome to show you, which will... Well, it sounds like Hearman. Hearman? Or maybe it sounds like Steer. Hearman Steer. It's a Steerman. We're going to be showing you the work in progress of DC Designs Steerman, which is in development and soon should be released. So looking forward to that one. John Morris is in the house. Oh, I never finished my sentence. That's why I could never be a pilot. I'd only kind of land back roughly where we were supposed to go. So then on Wednesday, all going well, we're going to be chatting to Ailerons into Wind on Demorfline. We'll be on Demorfline, and all going well with Ailerons, with Stuart, we'll be having the chat and saying, how are you? He lives in Wales, so it's bad enough my accent, but like the Welsh accent, ooh, it should be fun. And then on Friday, it's going to be our normal massive group flight. We're going to go bush flying somewhere. And, there's even another vintage aircraft after coming out. The French. Look at this. It is superb. There's a new French aircraft, which is an old racer. There's a Renault engine in it. Or Renault. But we say Renault. Or usually we say, that thing that's broken over there. But yes, busy week, guys, busy week. And of course, it's, it's 3-day weekend also in Ireland, so it's going to be absolutely, So, yes, who else is here? Viper Strike is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Annalisa says, evening, Murph and everyone. It's Monday. We're on the bright side. I think I need a tasty beverage. Annalisa, welcome to the light. Step into the light. But happy Monday. Scott Foy says, Murph, how is the bruise on your toe? Toes. There's 2 of them. Soaring AJ is in the house. Happy Monday. Andrew Hill is here. Spitfire RAF 100 rambles in. Good to see you, my dude. Simon Murray is in the house. It's kind of busy. Mr. Z is here. He says, evening all. Nice to be here again after the weekend of updates that went wrong. So did anyone else have the problem with the gaming services thing? It nearly well, look what happened on Friday. Do you know what I mean? Murph resorted to playing the Mangled Badger by the Blind Harpoonist on my guitar. I can do all the movements. I'd be a great mime. That's how you play a guitar. You kind of swing. And if you're on the piano, you kind of do this. Do you ever notice that? You're this way on a guitar, but you're this way on a piano. And you're not that way for anything, but you know what I mean? But yes, who else? 49ers here. He goes, hello. Good to see you, my dude. Peter Pepman's in the house. He says, hey Murph, how's it going? I hope you're well, dude. I'm fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Great to see you, Peter Pepman. As I said, the weather is absolutely stunning in Ireland. We have nice weather. Now, it's to rain on Wednesday. Going to rain in your parade. And, that'll be it for next year. But we get a couple of nice days a year. Simon Taylor's here, good to see you. Air Wolf rambles in. Greg Gore is in the house. Ari Halperin rambles in. He says, hello from Tel Aviv. Hello, my dude. Greetings from Tipperary. Aviator Geek is in the house. Shuffle Shoes John shuffles in. Good to see you. Happy Monday. Dougal McTavish, welcome aboard. Messiah is here. Happy Monday. Paul Quince rambles in. Who else? Douglas Moore. He says Ute, I believe. Maybe it's Ute. Good to see you, Douglas. Coley205 is in the house. How are you, my dude? Who else? Oh, the screen jumped up. It jumped up and I can't find it. I found it. Now, let's see. Where was I? I was over here somewhere. Hang on. Buttons, Murph. Hang on. Quality stream right here. I found me again. I was here. Alison Johnson says, need to reboot. Trees don't look like trees. They are multicolored squares. Ooh, sounds like graphics. Well, hello, Alison Johnson. Happy Monday. Many thanks for uploading the flight planage to the website. Well, Gibbo had to do the honours on Friday because I do believe you were away enjoying a lovely little trip. And, I hope you had fun and you enjoyed yourself and you're well rested. And, Rogers RC75 is here. Simon Taylor says, is this the way to Amarillo? That song now stuck in my head. Many thanks. Coral Fork is in the house. He says, two-tone, the vintage Murphy. Got himself some lap time this weekend. Yes! Yes! Colonel Fork 85, good to see you, dude. I can only do one race yesterday. I was summoned for me dinner at 9 o'clock last night. It helped grow the beard a little bit. But yeah, having a lot of fun with iRacing Colonel Fork, and good to see you. Willie V is in the house. Good to see you. Fly and More is here, along with Goblin 2 Biz. Good evening, my dudes. Hope all is well. Scoobs Sim Racing says, what's the airport code we are taking off from, bro? I'm ready to go fly. November Mike 53. November Mike 53. Which looks amazing. But if I were to show you what the real world weather is doing, ooh, look at the state of it. Look. It's not only that it's there's stuff going on. If we were to zoom in, give it a second to load, there's thunder and lightning and all sorts of divilness going on. Proceed with caution. So we'll see. This aircraft probably won't like storms, but, let's see what happens. Where are we now? Oh, we're here. Mr. Two-Tone is here. Right, lads. Sit up straight. Stomach in, chest out, shoulders back, head up, and breathe through your nose only. Hello, Mrs. Two-Tone. She says, evening all. Bruises were self-inflicted. Yes, I need to write a letter to the person who made the keyboard stand. Put a warning. Do not operate if your name is Murphy. I'll be safe enough. Now, let me see. Seamus McNeil is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. He goes, I guess it stopped him talking about my arm. Wait till I tell you about me toes. You thought the arm was bad. Oh, good to see you, Seamus. Kevo B is here. He says, Murphy-roni, good day, sir, from California. Hello from Tipperary, my dude. Hope all is well. Keith B is here. He says, I was born a rambling man. As he rambles in. How are you, Keith? Happy Monday, me old flower. Now, let's see. Paul Garrett is in the house. He says, hi, Murph. Been loving your streams, mate. Why, thank you very much. Very kind of you. Well, I've been loving the company. Do you know? Great to see you. Anna Crusses is here. Good day. I'm back flying as my FPS is back to 32 after a month of unplayable 12 FPS. Dude! Great to see you, Anna Crusses. And great to be back flying with you. Willie V says, Boston, Massachusetts, USA is in the house tonight. Boston? Are you from Boston? Welcome, my dude. Boston is a place I have to go to. I hear it's quite like Boston this time of the year, but Boston seemingly is the place to be. Irish Aviator says, my name is Two-Tone and I read everything, and I read every name that subscribes. I read all the names. Usually to my detriment. I was even clipped saying something I shouldn't have the last time. I was caught out like a blithering Aegis. But anyway, we won't worry about that. Do you know what I mean? I'll worry about it. I tell you what, I'll worry about it so you don't have to. That's probably the best thing we can do. Wayland says, ooh, the Steerman. I know, right? I know! Oh, can't wait. Bosman is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Irish Aviator is in the house. Happy Monday to you. We're having a whale of a time. Now, Stu doesn't have a Welsh accent, says Alison. I know that. You can't give it away. It's kind of like Yorkshire or something, is it? He'll probably slap me now when I say that. Does Stu have kind of a Yorkshire accent? I don't know. He's definitely not a Cork accent. It's Cork, how are you going? Maybe he should. Yeah, That's not important right now. Who else? Count Zeppelin is here. Sorry I'm late. Good evening, Murph and Fireflies. Great to see you, Count Zeppelin. Hope all is well. I just had a ginormous Windows update, he said. I had the same the way. Friday night, lads. It all happened to me. It all happened on Friday night. There was much ginnage consumaged for the updated on the Friday nightage. But yes, Super Typhon is in the house. Happy Monday, my dude. Wayland says, yeah, the gaming service issue cost me 2.5 hours. Like, does anyone know what it is? Do you know? It's what? Phil Boardman is here. He goes, it's that time again. Beerage and flyage. Oh, yeah. Great to see you, Phil. Hope all is well. Philip has arrived. He literally typed, I have arrived. Welcome. Good to see you, my dude. John Barron Coe is here. Happy Monday. Now, let's see. Is it Gwillem? Am I pronouncing that right? But it's Radio Chatter Gaming. It's good to see you, my dude. Happy Monday to you. Hope all is well. Kevin Riley says, again, congrats to Alison on What the Flock. And everybody raced well. It was grand to watch. There was a weekend. So Alison, I didn't see it. I need to watch it back, so don't tell me who won. I know Alison was over on What the Flock with CDL and Factual Gull. I need to check it out. So, you know, don't go spoiling it. But I imagine Alison did well. The salmon of knowledge. Or she just knows all the answers. One or the other. Noel K is here. He says, live weather is making me very wet. At one stage, I thought it was raining upwards. It's kind of wet out there, Noel. Go handy. Wayland says, the Waka was gorgeous. I have 40 plus hours on it. But we won't talk about the landings. Tritz4 or Jarden One Able says, evening, Murph and Mrs. Murph. Good to see you, my dude. Who else? Bodup is here. Hello, Bodup. He says, how fast does the moped go? This moped. Wait, it sounds like the Blériot. Should be fun, though. I'm looking forward to this one. Hey, Miles P. He says, hi, I'm back. Hello, Miles P. Good to see you, my dude. Now, it's kind of busy. Hey, Catbat9 rambles in. He goes, hello, I did it again, baby. The Twitch thing. Hello, Catbat9 and CatbatCat, and welcome to YouTube. We're not on Twitch. We're back on Twitch on Wednesday. Wait for us over there. It's soon, man, soon. But great to see you. Muse Fan is in the house. Kean Arthur rambles in. Hello, my dudes. Right, so, and we're kind of there. Viper Strike rambles in as well. He goes, Murph, can you complete the 72-ounce steak challenge when we go to Amarillo? There's a good chance of it. This frame of engineering was designed clearly, to do these sort of things. But yes. So, what do we say we're going to do? Oh yeah, we're going to do this. So, there we go. So I'm going to show you this aeroplane, right? This is interesting. There's my notes. And a huge thanks to Mrs. Two-Tone for the notes. Do you know what I mean? So it is an AIR, that's the name of the developer. And this aircraft, of course, is the Ryan STA Special. So the ST, they made a couple of different variants of this aircraft, but the STA, the A meaning aerobatic. They also did an M, which is military. And they also did the ST, which is sports trainer. Which is interesting. There's a whole load of stuff going on. So I just need to slow down. I need to get me kind of need to get me camera stuff right. Do you know what I mean? So we'll play a bit of music. Yes, that'll do. So this aircraft, well, slow down, Murph. Go for the dramatic effect. Do you know what I mean? How's that looking? Hide me. Look at the state here, Murph. Now, pay attention. I will be asking questions. So the Ryan STs were a series of two-seat low-wing monoplane aircraft built in the United States by the Ryan Aeronautical Company. They were used as sports aircraft as well as trainers by flying schools and militaries of several countries. Its first flight was on the 8th of June 1934. The ST featured two open cockpits in tandem in a semi-monocoque metal fuselage. Two of the main frames, one steel, the other half steel and half aluminium. The STA was developed with a more powerful 125 horsepower Manasco C4 engine. The STA was further developed as the STA Special, which is the one we're looking at here on the screen, which had a supercharged 150 brake horsepower Manasco C4S engine. In 1937, the STA Special was developed into a military version known as the STM for Mike series. Most civil aircraft in the ST series were developed in the United States, although a few were exported to South Africa, Australia, and various countries in Latin America. An example of the STA was procured by the USAAC, or the United States Army Air Corps, in 1939 for evaluation as the XPT-16. This was followed by the 15YPT, the first time the US Army Air Corps had ordered a monoplane trainer. These were the first of more than 1,000 Ryan STs to serve in the US Army Air Force, or Air Corps. Its successor went on to the United States Navy. So it's very pretty. We'll get in and kind of have a good look at it now. So this developer, they have made stuff before over on the P3D and FSX platforms. And they kind of kept these, they kind of kept this one close to their chest. They kind of said nothing about it, you know? So I will say, for me, it flies really, really well. There's zero impact on my system with it loaded. You have this beautiful metal fuselage and the lovely colours here at the back. I mean, look at this. Look. Like, when we talk about the visual details, right? They were built in San Diego, California. I mean, would you look at the state of this? Isn't it pretty? So we'll ramble along here and have a look. So it comes with 3 different liveries, 2 civilian, and this obviously being the US AAC trainer, Army. Doesn't it look really nice? And it's amazing, right? The comparable aircraft to this, certainly on this side of the pond over in Ireland, or indeed in the UK, it would have been very similar to the Miles Magister. If anyone knows what the Miles Magister is, I know them quite well. The Air Corps, the Irish Air Corps operated the Miles Magister. They were quite a bit smaller than this in terms of the overall size. The wheels were not as big. This certainly looks a little bit taller. But the Irish Air Corps operated 27 of those. And they kind of flew them up until like the early 50s, which was nuts. So this plane, definitely of the vintage model. Now, some of them are actually getting rebuilt, today. There's a couple of these actually flying. They were, what's the word I'm looking for? They were refurbed to, look the part, look really, really nice and everything else. So let's look at some of the visuals here. Miles Magister. Wasn't he a jazz singer? He was a cousin of Miles McGinty. But as we can see, you have this beautiful wooden prop. And there's a lot of Buttons. Hang on. Slow down. There we go. So like straight away, you can see from the 3D modeling, this thing does look very, very good. That prop is absolutely stunning. Beautiful wooden design with like a metal outer or guard on the leading edge. It's just fantastic. And if we look a little bit closer here in towards the engine itself, this being the 150 brake horsepower, there's a lot of detail here. And these sort of aircraft, like, they were so far ahead of their time. Beautiful exhaust. Like, there's no lights or fancy avionics. There's none of that stuff to be worried about or even thinking about. It just didn't exist. All the way down to the landing gear. Isn't it fantastic? Super Typhon says, would you try the Blue Mesh Caudron? Yes, I will. I'll probably fly that on Friday. I have it. It's I won't say it's comparable to this. Performance-wise, it's a little bit faster, and at times it's also a little bit slower. But I have to say, from the developers of this A1R, for their very first aircraft into Microsoft Flight Sim, they definitely know how to model it. Isn't it stunning? Now, here's interesting. So your pilot avatar dude, yeah, you can select that from the main menu and just change him out. Because, my guys are wearing like the normal commercial flight gear. He kind of looked weird here. His beautiful hair just wasn't, do you know what I mean? It just didn't look great. But visually, this thing, isn't it though? Isn't it just fantastic? Now, it also comes with quite a comprehensive manual, which is, I love to see this. I absolutely love when developers go that extra mile and add in decent manuals. Super Typhon says, AIR is up there with Coronado. 100%. And look at this. It is a thing of beauty. So it's currently for sale, by the way, if you wanted to pick it up. It's over on simmarket.com. Prices would be handy, Murph, if you could find them. So if you do want to pick it up, it's over on simmarket.com. Currently for sale for €20.30. It's probably around $24, $25. And well, do you know, I just think it looks nice. Now, I can find this other thing. Wait till you see this. Now, buttons, Murph, buttons. So this is the manual you get with it, right? I'll flick down through this so we can see. It's me again. So, the AIR Ryan ST Special. So it goes through the normal procedures of the aircraft, and it talks about it. 3 people are required for the safe handling of the airplane on the ground. 1 person at each wingtip and the other at the rear of the airplane. There's handholds provided at each wingtip. I'll show you them now in a second. They've modelled them. They're pretty cool looking. For towing lugs are located on the inner side of each landing gear strut, just at the rear of the wheels. For towing backwards, use of a special dolly under the tail wheel, and a tail wheel saddle should be swivel mounted on the bed of the dolly. Load tail before towing. So like, there's a lot of stuff here. Pre-flight inspection. So we have the cabin. So you go all your checklist stuff, yeah? For simulation purposes only, that's grand. What's outside the aircraft on the wings, the nose. Then you have the starting the engine, pre-flight inspection, seats, brakes, electrical equipment. Starting the engine. Turn the fuel cock shut off handle to reserve. There's a retard spark. There's a spark thingy on this. I'm not fully aware of it. I've never had to look at it. It has magnetos, alright. Then it goes into the taxiing, climbing, approach, stopping the engine before leaving, and special instruments, or special instructions. So maneuvers that are prohibitive. This is one of 3 documents that you get with this aircraft, which again, like, I just love seeing the level of detail that goes into it. A lot of developers don't really bother. Do you know what I mean? So, what speeds you could expect in this aircraft? In and around 100 knots, 120 knots, give or take. But isn't this just absolutely stunning? If you have seen the beginning of The Rocketeer, the Ryan is a guest racer. Oh, nice! So you can see that effectively it's very similar to like a Wacko without the top wing. It's like a biplane without the bi wing. Do you know what I mean? And you can see where the cockpit is cut out here. And like what they did to make the differences between this, which is the aerobatic, versus the military variant, well, they had to make it a little bit wider. This area, I'm pointing. See the mouse? This area here, well, they had to widen that a little bit, and they were able to fit this with a machine gun. So then they said, yes, it's military. We can put games in it. So, well, look at this. Do you see that? Anyone tell me what that is? Any ideas what we're looking at there? Because, well, I can tell you, it's not what you think it is. Do you know? Look at the state of that, right? Hey, Walton's is here. Good to see you, my dude. Radio Chatter says, is it the pitot heat? Ooh. Airwolf says, so amazing to see the details of the aluminium fuselage. Aluminium, that's how you say it, by the way. Aluminum. Who says aluminum? Aluminium. And every American is slapping the forehead going, what? Oh, that really hurt. What did he say? It's a fuel gauge. What? That's a fuel gauge. Right? And look at this. That's the fuel tank. That's what the fuel goes in. And you have a little gauge. Isn't it amazing? That's the fuel gauge. You'd want absolutely shocking good eyesight. Do you know? God, we've a lot of planes here. Even the Thunderflies livery. They're so hot right now. Oh, look, there's the French joke I was telling you about. Look. Look at the state of that. Does someone find one of them? That's cool, isn't it? We'll have a look at that probably on Friday. The night of the vintage aircraft, lads. David says, great. Now he's going to complain that his head hurts. Might have hurt me head. Just hurt me head the other day, was I telling you? But yeah. The Wacko has the same wings. Yeah, they're very similar. Oh, remember I told you the towing points. Yeah? So if we say, hi, grab a hold of that wing, young fella. There they are, look. You put your simulated hand into that thing. Come on, we'll pull it. Or push it. Errol says, where can you get this beauty? If you just type in !plane, it'll give you a link over to Sim Market. I haven't spoken to the developer. Again, there's some aircraft I have access to, and I'll show you guys, because, you know, I'll show you guys. Hang on. Is that a Wacko? Yeah, it's a Wacko. Oh yeah, so look, we can compare it to the Wacko. They're not a billion miles apart. Do you know what I mean? Oh, there's a Turbo Arrow. They're all happening now, lads. They're not a million miles apart. But there are some aircraft that I would have access to, and for whatever reasons, and you know, I do a bit of beta testing, and I like to help out devs. And then there's other aircraft that I know nothing about the developer. I see them, and I'm like, this looks kind of interesting. And this one caught my eye because, well, I like vintage aircraft. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for the modern stuff as well, but the vintage stuff, I'm kind of drawn to it. Probably because, you know, my childhood, I was born and raised in Kingsman Aerodrome, Baldonnel, which is the home of the Irish Air Corps. We lived in married quarters. And when I was younger, you know, way back then, it was black and white back then. It wasn't really. We had Technicolor. But anyway, the Irish Air Corps always operated quite an old fleet. You know, when the earliest days I was there, the aircraft that the Air Corps had, you know, that from a fixed wing, it was mainly the Marchettis. They were relatively new, which were the Sia Marchetti Warriors. They had a number of Cessnas, which are the Reims rocket, and they had Fuga Magisters, which were amazing. Did you ever look at a Fuga Magister? Beautiful aircraft. And then, you know, some of the other aircraft then that they had in their heli wing was the Gazelles and Alouette 3. If anyone knows what the Alouette 3 is. Alouette, you know the song. And they also operated the SA-365 Dolphin helicopter. So there was loads of them. Hey, Keen Lafford rambles in. Good to see you. So, yeah, the wheel covers, aren't they so nice? So wait till you see inside, right? Look at the state of this. This is stunning. How is it coming up on the screen? Does it work? It does. So, well, we'll talk about, well, what's in here, yeah? So we have our shtick. We'll call it the shtick, but our flight controls. Over on the left-hand side, we have our engine controls. We have a trim wheel here. We have the pedals, right? Look at the pedals now, look. Look at the detail. So if we talk about toe brakes, it's the most simplest things, but they look amazing. And then rudder pedals. It's absolutely fantastic. Over here then we have Ramblin. So basically your reserves and your main. So always take off and land with fuel feeding from the reserve. Makes sense. Over here then you have your flaps. See here, it's a handle, look. Isn't that the job? They're your flaps. Up here, we have a parking brake, which would have been fairly new, I would like to say, with aircraft of this age. And then you can see this beautiful wooden panel, and it looks fantastic. There are bits and bobs added in, like you have the battery, you have the battery switch, an alternator, and they're just that lovely silvery chrome switch. They're just fantastic. You have a fuel pump, and then you have your standard 6. So you have airspeed, you have your turn coordinator, your altimeter, you have manifold pressure and RPM engines over here. On this one, then you have all your temperatures. This is an interesting looking gauge. So you have your engine temperature, oil temperature, fuel pressures, the whole shebang, all on the one piece of equipment. Then you have your vertical speed, you have your mag switch, and then we have radio panel up here as well. And then if you look down here, we have the new Ryan. It's the model, the STA. ATC number is 745. Its serial number is 501. Now, let me see. Manufacturer, or the year of manufacture, which would be in February 1937.
Could you try again?
What was that? Siri, who? Shh, quiet. Silence. You couldn't hear her, but I could hear her. She was butting in there. She ever do that to you? The engine is the Manasco C4S. C4S. And that tells me the C4S is the supercharged 150 horsepower engine. That's pretty cool. Lubricant recommendation. Well, there was only really one of them back in the day. Shell aircraft oil, number 140, or tropical 120 for temperate, or number 100 for the frigid, as in the colder stuff. Oh, you could hear her. See the way she was giving out. And then Shell rocker arm lubricant, Ryan Aeronautical, built in San Diego, California. And over here, we have then maximum speed, maximum RPM, empty weight, useful weight, and then its gross weight. So, useful weight, 517 pounds. That's a bit, do you know? That's me and at least one other person. Siri has, no, I can't say it. Shh. You'll trick me into saying it, do you know? So, yeah. So, we have noises here. So, I'm going to throw caution to the wind and see if I can start up this machine on my own. But remember I was telling you, look, it has this spark thingy. Not really sure what that does. I will read up on it, but for the moment, it just says, in order to start it, keep it in the retard or the back position, which is there. So that's what we're going to do. Irish Aviator says, in an Australian stream flying the Stearman, Google said, yes. Now, let that be a lesson to the rest of us. But you can kind of see, I don't know, attention to detail. See the way the frame of the aircraft comes down on either side? Remember they were talking about the mix of steel and aluminum, or aluminium? And if you look very closely, you can see from the rudder pedals, see these cables? The cables go all the way back. See them there under the seat? All the way back down into here. And hence we can move the rudder. Isn't that amazing? That's how basic these were. Do you know what I mean? And if you were to catch, I don't know, a pair of socks, you'd know all about it because you would lose. You would lose that controller. The same end with the main control stick. See the way it's just moving a cable. So this thing is all pulleys and cables. It's remarkable. I wonder what material they used. Must do a bit of homework on that. So what do you reckon, guys? Isn't it nice and pretty? So can we start it up as the next thing? So we're going to turn on the battery. Which is on, okay, yes, so it says it's on, we'll believe it. And ignition, well, they're basically your magnetos. We'll put them on both, yeah? Now, there is a starter procedure on this. You'll notice there's no starter. There's no electronic starter for this. There's no little push button and she'll fire up. Basically what you have to do is, well, there is a click spot here, but you would need, someone to give it a good old, give it a spin there, Jeremiah, and it should fire up, do you know? Radio Chatter says, I have the 135 installed, but maybe with those right version, I can't see helicopters. Yeah, there's like a newer update out for the chopper. They're a lot of fun. So there's probably other sounds of other planes here, but we'll get through it. So what I want to do, fuel tank is on reserve. We're going to put our mixture to full, and we're going to open our throttle here a small bit. See the way it has closed? It says closed down here. So we're just going to open this little fella a little bit. So to start it, right, you'll notice if you bring your mouse up, there's a click spot. So we're just going to click it on the proper spin. Easy, Murph. That's what happens when you leave the throttle open. That sound, though. Dangerous Brian says, guess what? I've been sitting on Twitch. Good evening to you, Dangerous Brian. Now it sounds a little bit loud because we've a Corsair over there, and there's probably other aircraft. But once we get, look at that thing. Once we get airborne and flying, you'll really appreciate its own sounds. Do you know? So what do we need to do? Avionics. Well, alternator can come on. Avionics, there is none. Power can go on to the radios. Interesting. There's no click spots on them. So you test power off. So we'll put it onto power, and then your volume can be moved. See the outer ring moving? Can you guys see that? Let's zoom in here and show you. So you have your inner... Sorry, you have the outer kind of knob thingy, turny gadget, and then you have up here by volume, you can adjust the volume of the radios. And they work. They absolutely work. They're fantastic. So as you can see, our altitude where we left off, we're actually quite high up in the air. So what we're going to do, sports fans, we're going to be taxiing off, and we're going to be doing a departure. So with that said, let's go. Are we ready to go flying? There's no lights or nothing to worry about. So we'll add in a bit of oomph. Park and brake off, and we'll taxi out. Isn't it pretty? I mean, isn't it just pretty? Northern John says, where in Ireland are you from? I'm from Dublin, my dude, but I live in Tipperary. Hey, Bellbro is here. Good to see you. He says, 153 viewers, 49 likes, some button pressage to be done. Look at the state of that Thunderfly's livery. They're so hot right now. Annalisa says, it's only massive. But you can see from the 3D modelling, it's superb. Hey, John Matter says, hello, aka Chill Corky. Good to see you, dude. Get to the chopper, now. That's pretty cool. Nice flying there, my dude. Yeah, there's that sound gone now, so you can hear, it's the aircraft in all its glory. It's nice, isn't it? Hello, don't mind me. Now the gas thing is, flying this at night time, not so much. Now remember, we do have flaps. What's up, Murph? Oh, hang on, what's that? Is that a click spot? No. Oh, the windscreen here is beautiful. The rain just goes on that. Fantastic. So this is our little fuel gauge. We'll keep an eye on that as well. It's such a pretty plane. Isn't it beautiful? There's just something, and I'm not going to sound like that, but I don't know, do you ever... Are you weird like me, right? Are there some aircraft you just look at them and just go, they're beautiful, or like, you know what I mean? They just have that look of... What was your man's name in Grand Theft Auto? Fernando? Fernando Martinez. Remember that fella? It's very romantic looking aircraft. But it is, it looks romantic. Right, enough of that, Murph. Let's get flying. Power coming in. Airspeed is alive. Ooh, mind the rudder, Murph. Mind the rudder. Oh, holy moly. We were doing so well until suddenly we weren't. There's 40 knots. Remember, when you're flying a tail dragger, you got to keep pressure on the back of the stick. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, we've taken off now. That was terrifying. Fernando McGinty. Oopsie daisy. So we're at a speed of 60 miles per hour on our initial climb out here. Just going to clear them trees. We've a decent rate of climb. Everyone passes me out. It's like the slow guy. Fernando Alonso, or Hernando Falonzo. Remember your man Fernando out of Grand Theft Auto? He was on like the show. He's not a man anymore. He's just a m. Remember him? Them sounds are like bleeding in from other aircraft. We won't worry about it. They're weird, so that's other aircraft. Don't worry about that. Was there a Gigna? The shame, the shame. Now, look at this. I mean, look at that, guys. Isn't that only gorgeous? This airplane is so much fun to, as I like to call it, dance around the clouds, but flying through the clouds, it's just amazing. Absolutely stunning. George says, yeah, it was Fernando Martinez, the DJ on Emotion in Vice City. That's the one. That's the one. This is beautiful. Now, let's see here, Murph. Let's see. Right. Doesn't it kind of almost sound like a bit like the Blériot? There's that French fella. I will challenge you to a duel. And this thing is like, you know, from California. Let's just get ourselves trimmed out here as best we can. So we do have a trim wheel. It's located down here. So if I'm trying to trim, see the handle moving? So we'll get ourselves trimmed up here as best we can. Annalisa, that's the funniest quote I've ever seen. I saw it yesterday, I think. Annalisa narrows eyes and says Gikna. It's fantastic. Super Typhon says the C430 can do about 165 knots. Well, 1 knot, or 1 nautical mile, isn't it like 1.15 statute miles? So yeah. Like we're doing 120 miles per hour now. That's roughly 100 knots. Roughly. But we'll see, do you know? Anyway, so what we're going to do, lads, at this stage of the flight, this is important. If you're flying along with us, well, do now press the number 2 into the chat and, well, let's get a head count. Welcome to the Flying Circus. If you're new here, we live stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 1900 Zulu time. Monday nights on YouTube. Wednesdays and Fridays are over on Twitch. Be sure to check out our Discord. And, well, we have a website, you know. TwoToneMurphy.com. Yeah, the funny men are in the chat tonight, eh? The funny men are in the chat tonight, eh? We'll put 2 funny numbers together, lads. 'Tis hilarious now, eh? Right funny men below in the vinyl. Kane Lafford is out with the abacus. Isn't it a nice plane? Hey, Kendra's here. Good to see you, Kendra. The cauldron will kill you if you bang too much. I was flying it a bit the other night, and yes, I agree, wholeheartedly. Irish Aviator. Hang on. There we go. Keen Lafford says 44 plus a Murph, 2 are in VR. Nice. Fantastic show of support, my dudes. Many thanks for everyone showing up tonight. Look at this thing, though. Will we try and get a bit crazy? Hello, Fireflies. Mountain Head Murph. Will we try a roll in it, even though it says not to? Whoopsie daisy. Oh, there goes me lunch. Ooh. Hey, that wasn't bad. Right, we'll turn this direction. Fuel is okay. We didn't lose much. There's something on our wing. It's a lovely location, isn't it? So RPM is looking good. If we look down here, engine temperature, we have oil pressure and fuel. Let's see. Vertical speed, well, we're descending here, so steady on, Murph. There go the Thunderflies. Looking amazing, lads. Now, one thing to note, there is no autopilot on this machine. You have to hand fly it, and I mean you hand fly this one. But it's nice to fly. You know, you can be as gentle or as rough as you like. It's actually quite... it's quite forgiving, so that's pretty much giving it full axis on my joystick. Full left, full right. So it's not bad. Brian M says, Murph, do you play with realistic crash settings? Negative. If I did, there would be zero entertainment value because you'd just be looking at a black screen. Sorry, you have died. Oh, I didn't even say that. You have overstressed the aircraft. We start making up songs. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Was that the... Yeah, it was. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Do you know? Looks a bit like a Naboo fighter. Ooh. I think it's nice though. Like, what do you guys think? Visually, and the sounds are good as well. I feel like for $20, can't go wrong with this. Now it's basic. Do you know what I mean? This is basic. You're not going to be like, you know? But I think it's stunning. It's just beautiful. I'm really excited this week. There's really, really nice aircraft after getting released. Pretty much out of the blue. And then of course the Stearman is well, it's on the way. And that's stunning. It's amazing. And well, also, what was the other thing we spoke about? Whatchamacallit? Oh yeah, that thing. Hang on, look, I have to do this thing. I nearly forgot about myself. Hang on. If we stay in this view, I'm going to see if I can hand fly this whilst doing the news. Are we ready now? God almighty Dougal. This is a plan, right? So we'll do some of the news. Bing! There's the news. Our news is brought to us by MSFSaddons.com. Be sure to check them out. Our friends over at MSFSaddons.com, well, they do supply us with all the news. And, well, many thanks, my dudes. So, well, we've a bit of news to go through, right? And, where's the button? There we go. Now, bear with me. We need some screenage. Add directory. Yes. This PC, desktop, the news. And we'll go aircraft. Are we ready for this now, lads? That, and that. Ooh, and ah. Is that showing the... Hang on. Yeah, it is. So, this aircraft we're looking at here on the screen, well, Orbex have released a video of the upcoming EA7 Edgeley Optica aircraft. This will be Orbex's very first aircraft to release within the simulator. Great excitement for this thing. The Australians have been busy. Do you remember the oddly looking EA7 thingy Orbex announced a few weeks ago? Well, it's almost ready. The Edgeley Optica is a very interesting machine, created for low-speed observation work as an alternative to helicopters. It certainly looks like you're inside a helicopter when sitting in the cockpit, thanks to the bubble-like canopy that provides a very wide observation point. What are your thoughts on this? Isn't it mad looking? The trailer video shows the aircraft in appreciable detail, both outside and inside. The interior is, as expected, very reminiscent of a helicopter's cockpit. Outside, Orbex is looking to replicate some real-world liveries, but also include a few custom ones. With the trailer launch, it seems this Edgeley Optica is about to touch down in Flight Sim. It'll be Orbex's first ever aircraft for Microsoft Flight Sim and will hopefully bode well for similar future projects from the Australian developers. As usual, you can count on us for more updates once we have a confirmed release date. It's just like the front of an Alouette. It is, it really is. So, that's the first one. But wait, there's more. Just need to find it. In here, Murph, in here, yes, that's good. Minus that and open this. Well, just look at the state of this, sports fans. So, in other news, Coronado have teased the big teases. They've teased the Cessna 170B for Flight Simulator. Coronado have established themselves as one of the most prolific aircraft developers for Microsoft Flight Sim. And just a month after its latest release, the Seneca, the devs are now teasing a new airplane, the Cessna 170B, which is a predecessor of the iconic Cessna 172, the most produced aircraft of all time. Coronado shared the first images of the C-170, presenting us with the typical high-quality graphics. The C-170B has a similar shape to the 172, but it's a tail dragger rather than a tricycle gear. The result is an airplane that is effectively a civilian version of the L-19 Bird Dog, an airplane that is also available by Black Box Simulations. The Cessna 170 was introduced shortly after World War II in 1948, but was superseded by the 172 just 8 years later. The 172 went on to become the most popular airplane ever, but its predecessor remained a little everywhere in the world. Currently, more than 2,000 of these are still in service. What? So as we can see, it's a very vintage-looking C-170B cockpit with the white panel, which looks very classy, and everything is good-looking and detailed, as you would expect from Coronado. If everything goes according to recent history, Coronado should be releasing this in the coming weeks. They don't kind of like, coming soon in 12 months. There's a fierce habit of that crack, isn't there? Coming soon to a simulator near you in a year or two. We don't know about that, lads. We just don't know. So Coronado are usually fairly quick with this sort of stuff. Do you know? Doesn't it look nice? It's teeny tiny, but I think it looks nice. Where's my mouse? Also here. What do you reckon, guys? A Cessna 170B? There's an ashtray in the door of the one. Yes! Get out with your cigar. See? But it does look nice. Super Typhon says, I've seen a lot of C-170s. Ooh. They tried to sell those in the US for things like pipeline patrol. Didn't go well. Oh. Mr. Tudon says, I told you it looked mad, Murph. Captain Sickbag says, is there a free version? There is a freeware version of the Optica. The Orbex one we were showing you. It's actually quite good. Do you know, coming soon to your toes, a keyboard. Right? But now, we've one left to show you. Are we ready now for this? Oh, that's the wrong button. Murphy hitting a wrong button? Really? Add directory. You want to see how I do all of this? I'm impressed. Now, last bit of news for this evening. Look at the state of Je suis Renault plane. So this is the French one, and I can see someone flying it here in the sim tonight. There's history behind this. I bet you Alison Johnson's eyes have just lit up when we look at this airplane, right? Because you notice the name in it. So, what can we tell you? Blue Mesh have released the Caudron C430 Rafale for Microsoft Flight Sim. It is a vintage French racer. This is certainly the weekend for vintage aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim. Beside the release of the beautiful Ryan STA, which is the main one we're looking at, well, behind this, we also got a French airplane from the same period, the Caudron C430. Creators of Uncanny Flying Inflatable Boat. So you know the lads who made the inflatable boat? Well, they made this. They've gone from inflatable boat to like historic French aircraft. I love that. The C430 was a two-seater airplane designed to train pilots who raced in the similar single-seat Caudron C362. It quickly set the speed records after its introduction, but the Raphael became famous for grim reasons. French pioneer pilot Helena Boucher died when she crashed with one of the only two units that were ever built at just the age of 26. Blue Mesh created the 430 as a memorial to Helena, and they also did it with a great job and attention to detail. The aircraft looks beautiful in the images and the video shared by the developers with a highly detailed 3D model and textures. This aircraft will pose a good challenge to keep keen pilots on their toes, given its speed, but especially the cockpit position, which is located very, very close to the rear of the aircraft. It should be a good idea to approach for a landing with a steep descent, as you may have trouble seeing the runway. Blue Mesh is releasing the C430 at a very affordable price of just €10 or $12. It's a very compelling aircraft to try. A rare, historic bird that'll look great next to the aforementioned Ryan ST or any other of those early pioneering machines. It's now available over on simmarket.com. As I said, for 10 or 12 bucks, you can't go terribly wrong. Do you know? What are your thoughts on that one, guys? It looks nice. It looks weird, doesn't it? It's a Renault engine. And again, there's no starter button. You have to manually hand crank the whatchamacallit, the propeller. So that's the main news that I have for you. Other notable mentions, well, the CRJ received an update. The Sim received a patch update today to fix the 787 from, jumping around the runway. We also had the release of Catalina Island over on Orbex. That came out the weekend. It's been a busy few days. And I suppose the huge news for the Sim is going to be the incoming release of PMDG's DC6. They haven't given a date, but by now they have an absolute ton of videos available. So that's coming real soon. Real soon. So big shout out again to our sponsors, MSFSaddons.com, for providing the newsage for the thing. Do you know? So I can go back into the chat now where I can read it. Super Typhon says, I hope they add thunder tires to it. Ooh. Phil Boardman says, Murph, do you know who is making the Tornado? Just Right. Just Right are currently working on a Tornado. Ooh. Along with the... well, they're working on a lot. They've a twin-engined GA inbound. They have the Hawk inbound. They have a Cherokee inbound. They have the 146. They have a Tornado. And well, a few others that will be, further down the line. Very interesting stuff. On their Facebook, I saw someone say the 55 Chevy of the skies. Yes, absolutely. Walton says, yeah, it looks very good, doesn't it? Alison's like, hell yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, yeah. Do you know what I mean? So Alison, yeah, it's now I will say it is difficult to fly. The engine torquing to me feels a little bit off because you go to give it socks and next thing, it spins you right round. But definitely going to be an interesting aircraft to learn. Ali Love. There's no grey with me. Love or rage. One or the other. I have the Cauldron, must learn to fly it first. Yeah, it is a challenge. Do not expect to just hop in and give it socks. The Rhine is very much hop in and give it socks. It's beautiful to fly, and it's very predictable and responsive, which is nice. But the Cauldron is, well, it takes a bit of what the, do you know? Gibbo says, Murph, Navigraph and toolbar menu. Navigraph and toolbar menu. Gibbo, where would I be without you? So you now select the Navigraph. Do I need to update the thing? Oh, I need to install it. I think. VFR map. Yes. Where's the... I thought I had it in there, though. Oh. Maybe I didn't put it in yet. But yes, SimBrief. Navigraph, who we know supply the charts and also a moving map for your flight simulators, have now included their very own overlay for within the sim itself. It's a direct link into the sim, which means you can display all your charts by a little click button up in the menu like this, which is super cool. Super Diamond says, would you fly the DC-6 or is it too big for your PC? Oh no, I'd fly it. 100%. As I said, I was chatting to Fabio on Saturday. He came in to do a bit of racing with us. And for me, the advantage to me is Fabio will go through that in absolute detail, which is going to be great. But for us, I'll touch on the important points and kind of just get us in the air flying it. The DC-6 is amazing. It's a beautiful looking aircraft. Spitfire RF says, looking forward to the DC-6. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Brian M says, what I really want to see in Flight Sim is a suite of proper missions to be released, similar to what we had in FSX, example, Mountain Rescue. Funny enough, what's happening there, Brian, is that a lot of the third-party developers are creating missions and bus trips for the sceneries. Thunderflies. Look at the state of them, though. Do you know? But a lot of them are coming in bound with their own missions. So, yes. And also, there's a mission creator SDK coming as well. You can create your own missions and export them into the sim. That too, and a livery painter. But they're further down the line. We'll see them not straight away, but soon. Phil Boardman says, I like the 146. Beautiful aircraft. The Avro 146. Aer Lingus flew them, and I think that was the Royal Jet once upon a time. Jordan Monable says, still want a DC-3. That's well underway. We should have that soon as well. Who said June 6th? Just saying. Who else? Irish Aviator says, I'd like a BF-109 and a Focke-Wulf 190. There is a BF-109. That's the Messerschmitt. That I can absolutely say for certain that is currently in production. I'm not going to tell you from who, because they'll give out to me. But it's in production, which is good news. Captain Sickbag says, Murph, do you know if AI aircraft with real world liveries are going to happen anytime soon? It's the one big thing for me that would increase immersion. they have a huge licensing issue with that, because, okay, Microsoft could say, right, we could include your aircraft in the sim, but then competing aircraft or airlines might have an issue. There could be a license to say, like, for example, Ryanair, right? We all know Ryanair fly exclusively Boeing aircraft. Well, if, Michael O'Leary woke up tomorrow morning and said, hang on, I'm going to change how it works because Ryanair is the way it does it. He talks really, really fast. No one can really understand him, but it makes total sense. That's how he goes on. And if he suddenly turned around and got a great deal from Sukhoi or from Airbus, there's a licensing issue. That's part of it. Do you know? I think for the most part, where I see it happening is Microsoft will create a platform for third parties to put information in, and then they'll spread that information across the servers. So it'll be like a central database for various add-ons, liveries, model matching, all that kind of stuff. And it'll be done through some sort of server updates or something. It'll be like model matching done outside of the sim. The closest thing to it is probably that paint maker thingy for iRacing. You can upload your own livery, it puts it in and it downloads and away you go. Something similar, that'll be a much easier infrastructure for Asobo to make. Do you know? Now, where are we at? Murph, do you know what? Yeah. No time for buttons, says Scott. Needs to be installed, Murph. Which? What have I done? Have I broke something? Look at the Thunderflies go. What needs to be installed? What did I do? Did I break it? Scott says, from what they were talking about, Microsoft official, it doesn't sound like it. No, they will. Like, if you listen to Jorg, listen to what Jorg says. He talks, he's very soft. He's the Arnold Schwarzenegger of a soft, do you know what I mean? If Arnold Schwarzenegger was like your lover, or, that didn't come out right. If Arnold Schwarzenegger was like your friend, instead of this accent, he's going to try and kill... Could be very more relaxed like this, speak like looser and close, and Jorg is kind of like softly spoken, but no, he's Jorg's idea of what they want implemented in the sim is for the simmer. He's the right guy to have there. He's a genius. There's a pecking order of where everything gets to go, how much noise is going to be made, and that's why they have the feedback snapshot thing the way it does. It can be infuriating for some people, I don't know, for a streamer, but for me, I just want a button that'll turn on and off name tags. Get me that first, and then after that, I want a button that'll appear or disappear a user from a group flight. That's all I want. Doesn't sound kind of like a tall order. Should be relatively easy to implement, but I am just one voice. There are millions of others to say, I want this and I want that, and, do you know what I mean? Do we just... Yeah, we ran out of fuel on one of the tanks. The reserve tanks are now empty. That's okay. I got very quiet there for a second. I was like, Murph? Earth? This is Murph. We have a problem. But it's okay now. But yes. Where are we at now? We're on the North Europe server, guys. If you'd like to join us. Come in for the crack. We're on the North Europe server. We're heading down to this place. Tucumcari, it's called. Or Tucumcari. I'm probably butchering the name, but sure, look, it's me. Anyway, what can we tell you? Well, it opened in August 1941. It was built by the United States Army Air Force. The airfield provided primary glider pilot training. The glider school was operated under contract by the Qatar Car Flying Service, which is under the general supervision of the 9th Glider Training Detachment, the 36th Flying Training Wing of the Western Flying Training Command. Training was conducted using the Aeron-Ka TG-5 combat training gliders towed by C-47 Skytrains. Trainees were given instruction on how to follow a tow plane and fly the unpowered aircraft to the designated landing zone. Unlike powered pilots, combat training was also provided. As once a pilot committed to a landing and discovered, as he got closer, frequently the landing zone was under fire, mined, or otherwise obstructed. He had little room to manoeuvre to make a safe landing. Once the landing was made, the glider pilot then became another infantryman. The school closed in March 1943 as part of the drawdown of the Army Air Force pilot training program. It was declared surplus and turned over to the Army Corps of Engineers and eventually discharged to the War Assets Administration after the end of World War II. Pioneer Airlines served in the airport from 1948 until around 1954, one of several stops on the route between Albuquerque and Dallas. Douglas DC-3s were used first, then replaced by the 36-seat Martin 202s in the 50s, and then Trans Central Airlines briefly served in 1970 with Cessna 402s, going from Albuquerque to Amarillo. So there's a bit of history here. Do you know, not your ordinary airport. It's interesting. Now, where are we at? Need another person to fly the engineers panel for the DC-6. So I think there's 4 stations with the DC-6. And how PMDG made this work over in X-Plane, because I've only ever used the aircraft in X-Plane, they have the, I forget what they're called, but like it's basically, it uses its own logic to say, do you want to just be the pilot, or do you want to be a bit of everyone? Or do you want to be everyone? So PMDG were able to code in a way that you can be any part of that flight crew or engineering crew. Fascinating stuff. Draco says, what part of the flight are we on? We've just started, dude. Just started. Hey, Jer is here. He says, hi, Murph. What am I seeing? Or why am I seeing you as a twin engine? It's only because you don't have this aircraft, I would imagine. And while the model matching in the sim at times can be, but again, it's up to the developers to kind of undo the part of it. If that made any sense, which it probably didn't. Viper Strike says, I'm in the D400, or the DR400. Nice. Alison says, the Electra 10E is my big wishlist item. Plus the Vega B, which I know is coming. Vega B is in work. There is an Electra. In various stages. It's not near complete yet. I'm unsure. Is it the 10E? I'll check that for you. Kevin Riley says, for a plane like the DC-6, I need more throttle quadrants for mixtures. Yeah, maybe. Do you know? Maybe. Trading Paints. That's the one, Colonel Fork. That's the one. We could have a few Lufthansa and Brian Airplane. It would like the Grand Theft Auto of making models. You know what I mean? Instead of the Audi, it would be like the Obey. Yeah, they could do that. That'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. You just want buttons. I do. Radio Chatter Gaming says, I'm with you for the name tags. Yeah, do you know? Cam Zeppelin says, on another note, anyone know these lines? I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari. I don't know, Count Zeppelin. I don't know. I've been everywhere. That's a song. Johnny Cash. I've been everywhere. Now, who else? A horse glider would really be nice to have. Oh no, a horse glider. Yeah, it would be nice. Tanner is in the house. He says, what do you think of the SCA special for the sim? Sorry if I've already talked about it. I like it. I really, really like this airplane. It's such a beautiful model. It's superb. The sound is really, really... Look at it there with the wacko. It's just gorgeous. Hang on. We'll really add to this now. If we do a bit of this. Do you know what I mean? Look at this. I have just subscribed. Has just subscribed. We'll do a bit of cinematic stuff, right? Just to make it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I've just seen a fantastic name. Hideous Banana Feet. Hello from London. He says, hello from Tipperary. My dude. Many thanks for the subscribe. Like, isn't it pretty, lads, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Isn't it just stunning? Now I upset everyone. I went completely off course. Follow me! I mean, don't follow me! David Heath with the sip. You divil you. Great looking plane says hideous banana feet. What happened that your feet have banana... Anyway, that's not important. What is important is, Annalisa says, for anyone who hasn't hit the like button already, hit it please, or else you won't get snacks from me. Ever. Snackage for the win. Snackage. So we're getting very close to our first stop of the night, which is nice. You're just showing off now. I couldn't get the... Did you see the fancy focus thing? Made a complete and utter dog's dinner out of that. I was right behind you when you did that. What runway? That's a good question. Hello, airport. What runway are we going for? We're going to go for runway 03. Would you be landing towards the north? Do you have a runway? Yes, runway 03 for the win. So we're going to jump over here. Howie, it's me. And what we're going to do, we're going to go over to... What's this one do? We'll do this one. Yeah, we'll do this one. Hey, see you later's in the house. Good to see you, dude. So we're flying with our peoples, and well, I'm going to do this now. So a big shout out to all the subscribers and people who are supporting the channel. I say this all the time, but thank you so very much indeed. Hey, Arnold Bobcat is here. Imagine if you had like an Arnold mixed with Bobcat Goldthwait. MS trying to go to the chopper. Yo. Anyway. Where was I? Before I rudely interrupted myself. So, big shout out to our flight crew. We have Anna Crusses, Andy Shaw, Austin Butenbach, Sir Niall, Fly Darren, Ford Entertainment Group. Notification. Many thanks, Arnold. Ford Entertainment Group, Gareth Byrne, Goblin to Biz, Hal Jor, Larson 202, Mac Shiggity Pilot, Nathaniel Davin, Nick Stratford. Murph? Am I going the right way? Now I am. Nick Stratford, Peter Fast Pete 84, Peter Paskoff, Perology, Ricky Kelleher, Tim Middleton, WB 1990, and Willie Canuck. Many thanks, my dudes. Tasty beverage on a Monday night. QWERTY Pro says, QWERTY Pro, you let the cat out of the bag. The BF-109 is currently under development by Flying Iron Simulations. You know that's going to be good. They made the Spitfire. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, moving up, we have our co-pilots. A big shout out to Bad Dog. He's a great dog. Brian Spain, Captain Sickbag, Dougal McTavish, Jarden 1 Abel, John Ambler, John Morris, Ludus Regum, Mark Dyson, Mr. Z123, Noel K, Patrick Cullen, Pilot Peely, Sean Leo, Tony Robinson. We have 6 Knots, Airwolf 643, Andrew Hill, Arctic Turn, Aristicus, Andrew, Asobo, No More Generic Planes, AZ Blue Line, Baron Cosp, Bell Bro, Bozman, Booms, Big Tone 66, Big Shot Muffy, Billouette, Brandon Lowe, Brown Doe. Did I say Big Tone 66? I think I did. Who else? Bitmonster, Catbat 9, Care 85, Causeway 04, CDN Taz, Celery 6, Chilled Corky, Citizen 6, Cool Sax 98, Captain Aeons, Cyberman Drew, See You Later, Compton 33, Draco Sensei, Dragon 40th, DC Viper, Eamon 1973, EL 737 RS, Espin 74, Ferrinox, Fort Noob, Friend to All, Gordon 77, G Funk 666, GNLU, Goblin Zeus, Goodness Sig, Hans Gruber Jr., Hawk Driver 101, Haskell 1970, Hopping Orange 36, Here's Johnny, I'm Sinan 11, Erlansky, Iron Seagull, Jacob Mossad, JMS 737, Joey Bolo, Johnny Aardvark, Jim Mau Moo, Jordan J, Jay Winokur, who be this? Karelver Mirch. I hope I didn't butcher that one. That was hard. Copper Pete, Kozaki Flyer, Lenning Way, London Controller, Like to Program, Lowled AV, Lieutenant Leothard, Merlin Flyer, Matt M018, Marty McFly. Marty, we've got to go back. Where is he? He's over there. Mechanical Madness, Melkor Borger. Kane Lafford, many thanks for the subscribe, dude. Where was I? Oh yeah, Masonic Lake, Metal Moss 1, Mick Ham, Mike 71G, MJ Daiso, ready for it now, Mr. Snowhill, Mr. Zed Riser, Mr. Hoppy, Mr. Tin, Muse Fan, Naughty Gnome, Neon Jedi, Knight Zepp, P. Anderson, Piat 691, Philly Roach, Phil Does Twitch, Pyrotech, Purple Kona, Hey Thunderflies, Pewden, Rad Pilot Randy, RDW was taken, Red Dragon Comrie, Rob MCR, Rogers RC 75, Roger Mo, Samson Video, Scorpio 49, CDL, Shoney Gaming, Shuffle Shoes, Skydive Man, Smithy 3600, Splasher 6, Spectrum Meltdown, Speednut, Steve Solo UK, Stormtalker, Spitfire REF 100, Swamp Dragon 111, Test Pilot 72, The Flying Fabio, Whack-A-Mo, Waltons, Wiganner 99, BMF Smurfy, and K Branch. Thank you so very much, my dudes. We're nearly there. Move the gadget, Murph. Next up, we have our pilots in command. A big shout out to Ailerons into Wind, Oz Flight Simmer, Captain Rudiger, Dangerous Brian, Dazza T Arab, HCBR 1100, Annalisa, Kaharia, Coley 205, Kevmo 25, Kingsman 9965, Mad C 888, Mark O'Gorman, Mr. Chippy, Scotland Comet Project, Seamus McNeil, Tom LeCrab, Train Williams, Warhamster, Wayne Butler, Wayne Prefontaine, Soaring AJ, Blair Voyett, Captain Butters, PE1PQ, Ibuproof and 007, and Jeppesen 2001. Thank you so very much indeed, my guys. And last but not least, we have these mad people. And a huge thanks to Alison Johnson, Andy Brown, Colonel Fork 85, Gibbo Ireland, and Old Veteran 965. Thank you all so very much, guys. Your support is I keep saying this. No one's believed me. Do you even hear what I'm saying? It's mad. But thank you. Genuinely, thank you so very much indeed for all the support. It's just lovely. Do you know? It's lovely. So thank you. So, we're about to make our first stop of the evening. So we're going to do, well, it's a left turn. So, well, we know the crack. Murph is going to try and get landed first, and then we're going to look at you guys landing. And I know the Thunderflies are there. We'll have a look at them now in a little while. Some really strange looking numbers ringing my phone. I don't know where they're from, therefore, do you know? What kind of hamster is Warhamster? Warhamster is quite like the Thunderflies. Oh yeah, here's one. Thanks, Gibbo. If I need two people to make sure they have access to our Discord, right? One of them is PE1PQ. Will you get onto Discord and drop me a DM? It's important. And also Train Williams. So guys, if you're watching, or if anyone knows them, will you make sure that they jump over to Discord? I need you for a moment. Annalisa says, Murph, don't answer it. The scam calls are going around at the moment. I tell you, they'd have their work cut out talking to me. Would you like to buy something? Come here and I tell you. Waiting to tell you about me arm and me toes and then me head earlier on. I get me money's worth out of these. Now, what we saying? Runway 03. Where is the... Do you know what's interesting now, right? Do you see that bit of a road there beside us? Do you know what that is? That's Route 66. Oh! Or as Seamus McNeil would say in a proud and happy Scottish voice, Route 66. Or Route. It's Route. Yeah, I'm doing well. You'd be on their list never to call again, right? Look at them go! We'll check out the Thunderflies in a little while once we get ourselves established here, do you know? Yeah, I wanted to... Oh yeah, I went about pressing a button. So yeah, Warhamster, right? He has the same kind of introductions as these guys. So, some say that he lives in a tree and that his sweat can be used to clean precious metals. All we know is... he's called Warhamster. Who crashed into me. He punted me, gave me whiplash and everything back in iRacing the other day. Right, runway in sight. Let's go for the landing, shall we? Yeah, we'll make that. We'll make that. The Clarkson introductions for the Stig. Do you know what I mean? I have more of them. Some of them I can't say. I can't say some of them. I'll put them up eventually. I like using them for the sit before landing. God almighty. You got hammered. Stop. Hammer time. My stainless steel cutlery was cleaned by Hammy's sweat. Now you got it clean. Right, Murph. Will we try for landing here? We're on a 1 mile final. We're very high, but thankfully the airport is massive and the runway is huge. Hey, Epic is here. As long as you stay away from the I went on the internet this week and found this section. Yes, Epic, yes. Oh, someone just had a total murder death kill just before they got to the runway. The poor El Divil. Do you remember that when you were like a child, you'd fall and like your parents or guardians were like, ah, you're okay, get up, you're fine. And like, you'd be like, oh, okay. Yes, P40 for the win. Right, Murph, you haven't landed this yet. Approach is okay. Ooh, little bit sway. Watch your speed. Watch the flare. Mind the flare. Ooh, and we're down. Oh, that wasn't such a chore now, was it? That was kind of nice. Stay to that for a landing. Go on, you devil, Murph. Right, we'll just kind of exit the runway here, as we do. Alright. I think I've seen this fly at an air show, says Mark. Nice! Right, turn ourselves here to face the runway. Parking brake coming on. I hope. There we go. And, well, we'll go out and turn on the name tags, will we? That's what we do, man. That's what we do. So, traffic. Nameplates. Apply and save. Go back. Go back. Button. Button. And a button. It's all happening now. There was Gordon and someone. There we go. Right, ramble down here, Murph. There's 50th B. We got a Mad C 888 over there. This is a nice little airport, isn't it? So, we await the arrival of the dudes. There's Flying Trits. Looks well. Guilliman's down, there's Double Fly. Viper Strike in the DR400. Nice. There's Scorpio, Pyrotech, Baron Cosp. There's Magic Rat. There's Fred. Ah, sure, how are you, Fred? RD says, was your touchdown G-force measured from an add-on? Yeah, it's called Flight Events. Flight Events. There's Fly Guy. E back is down. Andrew Hill. Lowpox M. Beautiful landing, Fly Guy. See you later. Soaring AJ. Country Flyer is down. They're so hot right now. I'll do one of these now because I can do a shameless plug. You ready? As you see, 8 Barley and Dangerous Brian. Nicely done, my dudes. Don't forget, guys, if you do like this content, be sure to smash the thumbs up button. It helps the channel. And, well, you might even consider subscribing for the crack. For the sheer crack. As Martel makes his arrival. There's Draco RPG. Ansley Fernandez is in the house. Hello, Ansley. Good to see you. There's Coley 205, Chilled Corky, Blackheart, and Phil. There's Wayland. The Wacko for the win, right? There's Rogers RC75. Dougal McTavish in the X-Cup, it looks like. Air Wolf for the cinematic shots. There's Willie VT. We can see a Captain Jack Guile up there. There's Druid Zeus. Nicely done, my dude. There's a bit of pressure when Murph is watching a land. Yeah, but you want to see when I land and I don't make it right. I often crash. There's Belro. Ooh, Druid Zeus with the wingage. Bad Dog is down. Nicely done, my dude. There's Tobes. Commandant Muttley. Muttley! Do you remember him? There's Muse Van. David is down. Ooh, nicely done. There's some nice landings here. Don't act like you're not impressed. You know, you landed like a boss in the Caribbean. There were some manky landings there. It was all the gin. I say, I believe we're all down. So, it's a nice, quaint kind of a little airport, this, isn't it? And as I said, this was mainly used for glider training, which is interesting. And well, we're right beside good old Route 66, which is over there. Look, it's just there. There it is, right there. Alaska 559 rambles in. Good to see you, dude. Hope all is well. Alaska went GA flying the other day over in Catalina. The legend. So, where are we? Oh yeah, we're over here. Look, I left you in this position. So, hang on, we'll turn this on. Look. So, well, we're here, right? That's us down there. There's the airport. There's Route 66, just to the south. And, well, we're going to ramble up now to the northeast. We're going to come up this way. Yes, yes. And up here by a place called Logan. Is it Logan? I think it's Logan. Well, there's a dam. Damn! There it is there, look. We're going up to have a look at that. Just to see what it looks like. And then from there, we're going to ramble all the way across to Amarillo. And we're going to make a full stop over in Amarillo. Viper Strike says, I'll come back in the Cap 10. Nice, dude. Nice. Alaska says, beautiful scenery. It is nice here, dude. It is. Real world weather, not so nice. But, right, so, without further ado, we'll keep it lit, Sebastian. And, let's keep going. Button Smurf. Check out what we're flying. Isn't this absolutely beautiful? This is the Ryan STA Special. Beautiful. It's from A1R, the first release into Microsoft Flight Simulator. Got a P40 there beside us. Looking nice. And a number of Cessnas, Finanzas, and all sorts of stuff. So we're going to turn off the name tag, Smurf. Yes, yes. Go. Fly and save. Back to the menu we go. All right. It's no Airbus. Right, check on the fuel situation. So we can see that, yeah, this thing, well, do you know, we'll refill our tanks. And, well, let's get moving again. So, no delays. Park and brake coming off. Wayland Yutani's away. You take care, my dude. So we'll taxi back out to where we were. Bring our flaps in. Yes, yes, yes. Irish Aviator says the P40 would look nicer in US Army Air Force livery. I think the P40 looks good in any livery. Beautiful. But this plane, isn't this nice looking? Look at the things. Beautiful. That leather and like the bit of, look at even the rope and stuff, look. It's just stunning. Well, you never set up a wing cam. Hang on. Let's go for an interesting wing cam, shall we? Yeah, that's kind of weird looking. I like that. Yeah. Actually, we'll do one over this side now, right? Oh, look at this. Thunderfly activity has been reported in the area. Look at the state of these. Do you like the livery? Isn't it so hot right now? Ooh. They had the call sign Echo India Juliet India Tango. Or Egypt for short. And at the front of the aircraft they have a number of squirrels that didn't make it. Squirrels or streamers. They all kind of blame HCBR for, like, you know, doing a thing. Oh yeah, we wanted to make a camera over here. Hang on. Oh, there's the end of the runway. Go handy, Murph. Don't mind me now for a second. I'm just setting up another camera. Come on, Betsy, you can do it. Don't mind me. We got ourselves lined up. Yes, 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 yes. See the thunderflies lined up there? Oh, look, there's no one in the plane. That's terrifying. Now, let's see. We can do an under the wing. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Something like that. Yeah? Yay, nay? Yay, nay? Alright. All custom liveries, that's why they show as CJ4. Yes, that's probably why. If they're showing up as Gickness, that's why. Now, I will say this. The livery for these guys will be released soon. They're just working on it. But while we're here, I'll show you, will I? Because, well, it's the Thunderflies, do you know what I mean? And we'll do a bit of this for them as well, because, do you know? Yes! Willie V is away, you take care, my dude. So a huge shout out to Skydive Man. Look at the state of this. It's so hot right now. They've killed many squirrels, God love them. Now when we talk about attention to detail, look at this. Even the pilot's uniform and helmet. Isn't it amazing? Do you know what I mean? Would you look at the state of it? Where would you get it? Like, seriously, where would you get it? You wouldn't get it anywhere. They're beautiful liveries. They're fantastic. I love the colours. And even if you look at the top down, right? They're getting impatient. They're like, Murph, stop at the yapping. Look, look. Isn't that something? Isn't it just? Right? And down here, the underbelly. They even have Thunderflies written here, look. It's underneath. You'll see it once we're airborne. They're so hot right now. So yeah, fantastic work, guys. Fantastic. Check out Ben Bulbin there. Huh? Ben Bulbin? Hang on. Was it... Ooh. Right, so we're over here. There we go. Let's go flying, guys. So face cam on for the, well, dramatic effect as we're going to try and take off. So park and brake coming off. Come on, Betsy, you can do it. We're going to go with one notch of flaps. And, well, fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. Skipper says, big kudos again to Skydive Man for an epic job on delivery. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. Check out the bamboo. Where'd you see it? So power is in. Airspeed is now alive. hopefully we can... This is a bit more stable of a takeoff until we did that. Oh! It's just... Oh! Oh, hang on. Something terribly wrong here, lads. It's grand. We fixed it. What did we do? Oh, what happened? Don't know either. There's no, is there rudder trim? Oh, we stalled it. That's what we did. Man, Murphy. Well, we're up anyway. Don't mind it's an ancient plane that you broke. An antique, if you will. Ooh and ah. Waltons. Usually it's ooh and ah. That was like ooh and ooh. The NTSB calls that pilot error, says Scott. I call it a glitch. Yeah. I'll report that as some sort of a glitch. Hello, Microsoft? It's Murph. Oops, I did it again, baby. Ow! Alaska says, I'm only 5 minutes into meeting this plane and I can tell you that's not right. Yeah. Whoopsie. Happy streaming, flying. RD. That was another gin and 7-Up takeoff. We're actually on the jingle tonight. Go away, landing tips. Right, now, thanks. Right, we're doing a thing. So, this, quickly followed by this, and one of these. Let's get some dance emotes into the chat for the lovely Annalisa. This crash is brought to you by Dingle.dll. Hello, I'm Dingle Jin. You might remember me from such landings as The Logs, you know, and Lukla. Nathaniel's in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Happy Memorial Day to you too, dude. CJM845 Simulation says, could you quickly mention your volume setup? I'm trying to get the levels right for my streams and it's being a pain to balance everything. There's no easy way around it, my dude. You just gotta trial it. Have a couple of people watching. I'd recommend setting up a test stream. Make a second account and stream to that. Have some people join you and kind of do it on the fly. I use a Go XLR so I can really mess around with the sounds. Do you know? But yeah. Uh-oh. Did the bot give out to Waltons? It's not Sir Murph bot. Annalisa, flattened on runway by Murph's plane, jumps up, pulls up the socks, and gives it socks. God almighty, yeah, that was an awful takeoff, wasn't it? Yeah, we don't have Sir Murph bot, it's just bot. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, don't mind him. Waltons, don't mind the bot. Blame it on the good times. I mean, don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the bot. CJM says, thank you. Yeah, give it a shot, dude. Like, for me, like, I can control the sim audio. You know what I mean? I can also, well, I can do this. And you can't hear me when I do that. So, the Go XLR Mini is fantastic. If you're, you know, if you're getting big into streaming or you want to have that control. I will say that the Elgato Wave 3 is very, very good because the software makes it very, very good. You can have all these controls there as well. The generic bot is cranky. It's run by Skynet. Now, can we sort out some of the trims here, Murph? Let's see. Oh, we can. Oh, grand. Okay, I have aileron trim and rudder trim. Probably should have set that up earlier on. So, we're heading over to a dam, right? A what? A dam. What can we tell you about it? Well, wait till you hear this, right? The Ute Dam. The Ute Dam is a dam at Logan, New Mexico in Key County, about 20 miles west of Texas state line. The earthen dam was completed in 1963 by the New Mexico Interstate Stream Commission. Stream Commission! Without federal funding, I might add. With a height of 132 feet and a length of 6,500 feet at its crest. It impounds the Canadian River for municipal water use. The Ute Reservoir is the only large state-owned and operated reservoir in New Mexico. Structurally, the Ute Dam has the largest labyrinth weir spillway in the United States. Edam, are we talking cheese again? Is that a cheese? Edam. Edam. Airwolf is away. You take care, Airwolf. You got work tomorrow. What heading? 330 it looks like. Edam, is it? Oh, I've lost my mouse. Come here to me, mouse. Ah, I found my mouse again. Edam, have I ever... Mr. Two-Tone, have I ever tried Edam cheese? Usually Mr. Two-Tone brings out the cheese after copious volumes of wine. And we'll have, on a Friday night, well, not more a Saturday night now. On a Saturday night, you might have a bottle of wine, have the fire lit, maybe watch a movie. Or, we'll be at a thing, and you'll have different cheeses. Yes, says Eamon, it's from the village of Edam, or Edam. Ah, it's Dutch cheese. Ah, technically it's Gouda. I know Gouda, or Gouda. Gouda. Yes. Scott says, Murph only cuts the cheese. Does that work? No.
How? There we go. So many buttons at my disposal. Over here, make a sound. Make a more. Make a sound. Well, we'll do this. Every time. Why don't we call a computer firewall an EDAM, as General Law?
Does that work? Ah, I'm back. It's back to me again, my own voice. We're near the dam. It's just over that direction. I don't know if this was actually modelled in the sim. I probably should have checked this. Too much cheese there, right? Do you know the way you'd be after a bit of cheese? Do you know what I mean? Walking into the room the morning after a cheese fest. They have weaponized it. I love cheese apart from any mouldy cheese. In school one day we were tasting cheese. I may or may not have thrown up after eating the blue cheese, says Keane. Sounds like a very fancy school. Eating cheese in school. And a sheep fence, madam. Annalisa widens eyes. Oh, brilliant. Blue cheese is fab. Blue cheese. Is that the one that, like, do you know what I mean? It smells like the old football gear from, like, last week in the lashing rain, and you forgot to take it out of your bag, and you open the bag and like, ooh, that's blue cheese, isn't it? Same kind of. Castle Blue for the win, says Captain Sickbag. Ooh. Now, we want to head up here to see, can we see the dam? We were learning about dairy products in home economics. Ah. What are your favourite kind of cheeses? What is your favourite? I like easy singles on toasted ham and cheese. Walton says, yeah, mouldy as anything. Who was the first lad? I wonder who it was. Who was the first fella who said, hang on. It had to be a Frenchman. It smells. And then he probably had a taste of it. It's amazing. It's beautiful cheese. Amazing cheese. I should call it blue cheese. After he said maybe le bleu in front of it. Blue cheese. Here, that smells like week old socks. Get that into you. Oh, could you imagine? Ma, I don't want to eat it. It smells like me GAA gear from last Saturday. Get it into you. It'll put hair on your chest. Ah, Monsieur Bleu. Did you ever hear your man, Jacques Lapidus? Huh? Jacques Lapidus? Jack Lapidus? Yes, Jack Lapidus. Jacques Lapidus. Did anyone see the Friends reunion? Hang on a second. Pull up the handbrake. Did anyone watch the Friends reunion? And if you did, what were your thoughts? And don't say, Murph, really? You watched Friends? I have a Mrs. Two-Tone, and well, I also wanted to watch it. Lancashire cheese. Ooh. Epic says, I saw the ad in paper for easy singles in your area. Image my surprise when the milkman turned up. James Corden can put you off watching almost anything. Oh, look at this. The dam. It's kind of... Damn. It's not modelled. But that doesn't matter. We won't let that upset us. Why didn't you fly over the area first, Murphy, to make it even more interesting? Instead, it's just like a flat emotion. But it's grand. We'll gain a bit of altitude to make it look a little bit better. Matt LeBlanc was better on Top Gear, says Viper. Ah, come on. They've abandoned Chandler, the poor man. He has not had it easy, man. He was by far my favourite actor in the series. We all need Friends, says Phil. We do. Kevin Riley never watched it. Hang on. Kevin, what? You've never watched Friends? Listen, man, that needs to be rectified. Oh, look at this review. And this for... now we're talking. Now we're talking, Murph. Couldn't see it here, says Ken Zeppelin. Scott Voight never watched Friends. Hang on, wait, what? What's going on? I thought the Americans had to watch that going to school. Wasn't that like what your exams were based on? So, can you name Chandler Bing's father's name? Annalisa says, I've never really watched it either, Murph. Now hang on. Hang on a second here. What is going on? No, that's not even hang on. Now we'll pause this now here for a second. What do you mean you haven't watched it? The reunion or like Friends in general? If you didn't watch the reunion, I'd be like, yeah, I get that. Not everyone's watched it yet. People haven't actually watched Friends? What? Why didn't you tell me this sooner? I could have been ripping off scene after scene after scene in Friends, and you would have thought I was hilarious. You'd be like, hey, there's Murph. Could he be any funnier? Do you know what I mean? I could have got mileage out of this. You haven't watched Friends. God almighty. Thomas Brown says, I never watched a single episode. What? Are you aware of an invention called a television? Keen Effort says, never watched anything about Friends. Jacko says, this is horrible news. Everyone has lost friends unless you're an alien. Jacko! I know the intro, says Nathaniel. Yeah. He could be funnier, but it would be not safe. Yeah, probably. That's so interesting. I thought everyone watched Friends. Andy Griffith. Now, I'd be limited to watching maybe Friends and The Big Bang Theory. Do you know what I mean? I'm appalled. Classic show. I even have a pass for Rachel agreed with Mrs. Gibbo. Gibbo! Right! She was the pass! Jennifer Aniston, 1 please. Yes! Dangerous Brian says, I was too busy watching the Eurovision. Annalisa, never watched Friends and don't really have any friends. Wonder if the two are related. Hello? Is it me? Do you know, Friends is a horribly not funny show, says Aviator. I don't like American humour, says Bad Dog. Never saw any of them since Jarton 1. Star Trek is much better. Well, you can't compare them now. Do you know what I mean? That's interesting. Like, I'm not going to say it's like the best of. Do you know? But over in Ireland, Friends was huge. Did you just start from the beginning? No. Like, we watched them for years. And, we watched the reunion there the other night. It was good. I thought it was good. I thought it was very good. That's mad. could have got away with all funny. Father Ted. Now, Father Ted. And Mrs. Brown. Oh yeah, Mrs. Brown. Winnie. No, it's interesting. Like, I suppose Friends was huge for me because like I would have watched it in school and stuff, you know? And the alternative at the time was like Glen Rowe. And you couldn't go into school saying, did you see what Miley and Fanula got up to in the hay barn last night? Do you know what I mean? I had to be along like, did you watch Friends? Which, it was brilliant. Father Ted, yeah. Father Ted, that was epic. Mrs. Brown's Boys, yeah, that was good, Faulty Towers. Faulty Towers. Sybil! Okay? Manuel. Okay? Are you here for the soup? I'm sorry? Are you here for the soup? Can I get you some soup? It's amazing. Did watch some Friends. Parts are good, but it doesn't suit my humour. No, I get that. It's not for everyone, I suppose. I thought it was much more popular maybe over here than what you guys are saying. Very interesting. Like, what's your favourite overall? I'm going to say sitcom, but like, do you guys watch sitcoms? I know some of you do. I used to watch some of them. The Big Bang Theory. I love The Big Bang Theory. Mr. Two Toners away. Much great BBC shows, Australian shows are pretty good too. Oh yeah. Ford made a car after Faulty Towers. Did they? For real? Draco likes Seinfeld. Oh, who was your man out of Seinfeld? That fella. Do you know what he does all the... He doesn't even say... He just puts a stutter in front of what he says. He's amazing. Give me a grilled cheese sandwich. That guy. Scrubs. Scrubs. I used to love Scrubs. It's guy love between... I like... Scrubs is great. Kramer. Didn't watch it. Family Guy. Frasier. I didn't watch much of Frasier at all. I hear it's good. Cosmo Kramer. Kramer. Yeah, that was him. Trailer Park Boys. Didn't watch it. Star Trek, the original series, and The Next Generation. Come on. The IT Crowd. Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again? Black Books! Dylan Moran! Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! FTRL Junkie Sport is here. He says, good evening, sir. It's been a while. How are you? How are you, my dude? Great to see you. Welcome back. Bad Dog says, my favourite show is Gogglebox. I love it. Is that people in a house watching the telly and you look at their reactions? I think so. Eamon Dono says, Bottom. Bottom! Do you remember Bottom? Eddie. Quick, Eddie. We need to find some birds. Right, Richie? And then they'd like they'd kill each other. Bottom was brilliant. Rick Mail, amazing. Blackadder, oh yeah. Taxi, yeah, that was a great one. The Office, you know. What was it? David Brent. Did you ever see him doing the dance? It was amazing. Bottom was fab. I love Bottom. Bottom's so funny. Mr. Bean. It's Mr. Bean. Who didn't like Mr. Bean? Blackadder for the win. Blackadder was good. Your man went on to do Time Team. Wasn't that the chap? What was his name in Blackadder? He went on to do all the the excavations and stuff. Amazing. Can you imagine Ford and AMD joining forces? What a nightmare that would be. Ford and AMD. Ooh. The young one's bad news. RV says the great Two-Tone Murphy show. Baldrick, that's the one. Tony Robinson, that's the one. We have Tony Robinson. I wonder is that the Tony Robinson? I have a cunning plan. Sir Tony, is he a sir? Was he knighted? And delighted. Yeah, brilliant. Faulty Towers, yeah, I loved Faulty Towers. That was amazing. I Dream of Jeannie. Din 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 din. You know the one. Here's a song caught in my head. Quite an old show, but Walking with Dinosaurs. Ooh. I don't think I know that one. Hey, there's all sorts of stuttering going on. Thunderflies are in a hoop. That's like the imminent arrival of a moron. Oh yes, look, we've a Gikna. Stutters usually tell us the imminent arrival of a moron. Mrs. Bucket. MMA Mubashir's here. Good to see you. Stop the lights. John Morecamp, he says, hey friends, how is everyone? I have finally some internet after 6 weeks of mountain camping. I'm heading back to Germany this week. Finally, research travelling is finally done. John Morecamp, how on earth are you? I hope you're keeping well, dude. I hope the travels have been amazing. Great to see you. And we got to get you back in the skies. Well, the virtual skies, my dude. Do you know, they're so stuttery right now. Yeah, there's an Egypt down there trying to do barrel rolls in a 747. Andy Beeston is here. Hey, Andy, good to see you. It's been a while, absolutely. The old band is back together, man. Look, Vivian, he's coming through the door. Did you just say stop the lights, Murph? Did I say stop the lights? Who used to say that? Would you stop the lights? Go away, you will, you won't. Yeah, the Gikna crashed. The poor El Divla, God love him. The last thing he saw was, do you know? And the crowd goes wild for John Morecamp. Haven't seen in ages, dude. I hope you've loads of pictures to put up on Discord, man. You were like, where did your travels bring you? Andy says, I have 2 amazing Brit comedies for you. Gimme, Gimme, Gimme and Filthy Rich and Cat Flap. Do you remember, was there another one, At Home with the Braithwaites? That was kind of alright. And, what was the other one? Dougal says, a Gikna crashed. Oh, my heart bleeds.
Hang on. We can do this. Hang on. Yes. And so the Gikna departed. He flew at over 400 miles an hour. He shan't be mixed. The poor Gikna. November 8, something other, a 747.
And scene. There's so many buttons. I don't even know where we're heading. I haven't a clue. I've been going around in circles here. Look at the state of the... Look at 4Fly. It's just like random circling around the dam. It makes total sense to me now. Right. This is more of a theme for when Mrs. Two-Tone is visible in stream. Ooh. Ooh. He who will not be remembered. Belbro. We've been circling the reservoir for ages. Yeah, we're waiting for the models to build a dam. It's not going to happen. So we shall resume on course. We're going to go this direction and continue flying. All right. Andy says, I've been lurking in your streams for months. I just like to sit and watch and chill. They're so relaxing. And thank you. Andy Beeston, many thanks, my dude. Delighted that you're here. Ooh. Gibbo asked me something back up the road there. I need to check with him. Hang on. John Markham says, oh yeah, I must say Tibet is a beautiful country. You were in Tibet? What? Did you have a chat with the monks out there? Did they bring you to the monastery? Are you now Batman? Did you do the whole thing, you know, with Liam Neeson? He was there. They put you in a room full of bats. I am Batman. Gibbo says, Murph, what about House MD? With Hugh Laurie. House MD. Or House. Was that the one? He was the doctor. I didn't. I'm aware of it. I didn't watch it. Who said the Vicar of Dibley? Don. What was her name? I didn't watch that either. Water down the plug. He was trying to do the landing challenge to Scott. Sometimes we must come full circle to find the truth, said the priest to Agent Scully. Don French, that's the one. Yeah. Agent Scully. The X-Files. Oh, the X-Files! We all watch the X-Files. And of course, The Simpsons. I have no words. One of the best shows ever. Really? Would you look at this lot? Hang on, we do a thing again. This one, and this one, Murph. Yes. No. Yes. That's better. Right. Thunderflies are somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, the Thunder Flies. They're so hot right now. Are we still airborne? Thank God for that. We just kind of went into a holding pattern. I call this song The When. It sounds like who? No, The When. Ah. Who's on first? Huh? Hey, Fizbin is here. Good to see you. Yeah, that may be pretty sad, but I have a picture of the TTM Keelays in Tibet. Oh, nice! Nice one, Jan. Yeah, 100%. We got to see it, dude. Kane says, Murph, why is you read everything we put in front of you? Wait, what? More random circling. Yeah. Oh, there's a Cap 10. I bet it's Viper. Look at all the dudes flying with us. Do you know what I mean? Oh no, Draco had a CTD. Ah, gotcha now, Colonel Fork. Yes. Thunderflies have been hot for months. They're so hot right now. Badlog says, last week I watched 2 series of Dublin-based detective Jack Taylor. It was very good. Oh, it's like an RTE production. Right, checking the old fuel situation. Well, I can look it down here, actually. We go on the reserve, will we? We're kind of going the right direction. We're all right now. We're all right now. We're going to resume on course because I was kind of diddly-daddlying. Do you know what I mean? Or diddly-idling. I'm not quite sure which one. But yeah. This is kind of nice. So guys, what's your verdict on the airplane? Isn't it absolutely stunning? It's beautiful. Has anyone seen the BBC mockumentary People Just Do Nothing? No. I haven't. Radio Chatter Gamer says, how much is it? It's €20. Or probably, I don't know, $24. Give or take something in that region of price. Now, if I get this trimmed out, it means I don't need to worry about circling because I have applied a little bit too much of the left rudder trim. Very nice and detailed, so Scott. It is. I'm liking this one. This is a really nice chill out, let's go exploring. And I haven't tried it in VR, but I can tell you, look at the view that you have. The Wacko was nice in VR, but like, I mean, you have a big wing over your head. This one, it's all like, you know? Looks even better when you go full screen. Oh, gotcha now. Yes, I see what you did there. You would need to glue that wig down. Wiggage for the win, man. So yeah. So now for something completely different. The selective hearing song. John Morecambe says, are there some news I should know? I've no access to Discord. Well, the sim has received a couple of updates. The next update we're going to get is based on the Nordics. We've had the kind of French Benelux update. That was quite nice. We've had a number of new aircraft released. 7, I think. The Thunderflies have been established as the Two-Tone Murphy aerobatic display team. Their numbers are huge. That weird glitching you see, that's because there is a Gikna somewhere in our midst. That's why we ask for GA all the way. But sure, look, we'll throw caution to the wind. What else? Jan, we do what's called the Murph line. Every Wednesday, I like to bring on one of the members of our community for a chat. And well, I'm hoping soon, once you're back, dude, I'd love to have you on for a chat to talk about your incredible journeys. I say they were just amazing. Terry McGinty is doing Route 66 in his well-packed car. Go on, Terry. I'd say Terry is an Offaly man. He's a Midlands man. He loves ham. He loves fighting. Oh no, he loves Tato and fighting in the rain. Do you remember that song? It used to be on FM 104. Midland man, you love ham. He loves tato and fighting in the rain. You say, oh no, we say Rathangin, you say Rathangin. Do you remember that song? It was brilliant. The Colum and Jim breakfast show. Do you remember that? Amazing. Local Irish radio, I tell you. Fantastic. He's a big old joke. He surely is. Look at this plane, though. This is stunning. We'll go George Hook. I'm falling in love with an aeroplane. Do you remember George Hook? The legend. I've fallen in love with technology. For those of you who want to know who George Hook is, he was a rugby pundit and he had his own radio show until he said something like an Egypt would say and they went nuts. They didn't like him at all. George, that's the end of the line for you. If you can't express yourself on national radio, I mean, come on. And then that was it. Get out, George. That's the end of it. The poor devil. And I've fallen in love with Sky Plus. They put him on a Sky Plus ad. No one could understand him. Pause, rewind, my bits to McGurk's bits. George Hook is a legend. He follows me on Spotify. You have great music. You like what I like. It's amazing. I was like, oh, George Hook is following me. I had a mix of like Andre, hang on, Ryu. Did you like that one? Andre Ryu and like Guns N' Roses and stuff. A mix between the two of them. Do you know? Kind of how I play my music here. I go from like the melodramatic to like, you know, he's a far cry from Idris Elba. Speaking of which, though, did you ever watch The Wire? The Wire. Ex Taratay says, what's your favourite part of Northern Ireland in the flight sim? Ooh. Belfast has done quite well now. They've added in the Harlan and Wolff cranes, and they've also added in the Titanic Museum. But I like Derry. I like flying across Derry, up kind of around the Giant's Causeway, Bushmills, just along the coast there. Kind of Coleraine neck of the woods. Beautiful. Enniskillen has done quite well. Best show ever, The Wire. Ah, shit. Remember that fella? Jimmy. Well, what did I do? Wasn't it brilliant? What was his name? Spencer, wasn't it? Your man who made the little baby furniture. Lockheed Blackbird is in the house. We're on the North Europe server, my dude. Derry, my part of the world, says David Donnell. Ah, yeah, The Wire was brilliant. Your man, Idris Elba. Yo. All the more, yo. Everything was yo. Hey, yo. Omar! Oh, it's Omar, yo. Everything was like, oh, it's Omar. And bacon sandwich. And then they'd say before they put in the lettuce. And when they got even more lettuce, then all they said was, yo, to your Eigen. That's pretty much The Wire summed up in a couple of words. We've gone off course, man. God almighty. Who's in charge? I'd like to see Glen Veigh and visit the hamster house, even if it is a tree, says Irish Aviator. Yeah, hamster? War hamster. We should definitely do like a grand tour kind of thing. We sells Gibbo and Hammy. That has to be done. Sometimes my genius even creates gravity. Do you know? Slow flying airliners is my speciality. Keep it GA, man, if you can. I don't know what it is. I think it's because of the size of the group that we have. Once you put in like an airliner, do you know, the thing just stutters. This boy got funny bones. What was the manual bleeping, says Philip. Nothing. I didn't hear any bleeping. Thunderflies. I'm showing my age, but what about the Auf Wiedersehen? What, do you remember that? What was the Auf Wiedersehen was good? Do you remember Hello? Quiet, you stupid. Do you remember your man? He was brilliant. Who'd be May? Riswan Ka says hi. Give me a big shout out. impressive, in fairness. Line of Duty was great, but a bad ending. Line of Duty. Line of Duty? Who'd be May? I don't know. I was going to say Gibbo, but like I imagine he's going to be much faster than me. War Hamster has to be Hammy. The name kind of speaks for itself. So I suppose it's between me and Gibbo who gets to be May. Crikey, it's the Ugandan Rozzers. Kelly's Heroes, Irish aviator, a man after my own heart.
Oh, man. Don't hit me with them negative waves so early in the morning.
Do you know what I mean? Yes. Now listen carefully. I will say this only once. Colonel Forks, Murph is May. What? No, I'm not. Granted, you won the first race, but I was ahead of you on the second race. Would I be? No, I don't think it would. Epic Fool says, Gibbo can be May. I don't think Gibbo would be too happy about that. Some say his car is faster than mine. It even looks faster. Just saying. How long is the stream going to be? Approximately 27 inches. We're about half an hour. There's about 30 minutes left, my dude. How long is a ball of twine? I don't know. We put a pipe on the end so the... I'm not in the running to be May, though. Gibbo says, I think I'm getting called out. Gibbo, May or Clarkson? We just need to ring Warhamster and tell him to come to Ireland. Or maybe we'll go to England. We'll do the Scottish driving thing. Yes, yes. He has a little Ford Fiesta. Gibbo has Gibbo has a car, and I've a Skoda. The Skoda is brilliant. Ah, there he is. Hamster's here. Hammy, we're just talking about you. You'll have to be Hammy, Hamster. If we do like a Top Gear or like a Grand Tour. Gibbo is Clarkson. I don't know. He'd have to do the follow me. I mean, don't follow me. Do you know what I mean? We've summoned him. Epic says, I'm not saying I already have a plan for this in Microsoft Flight Sim, but the Grand Tour. Hang on. Put it this way, right? If you can come up with more of these. Some say he once tore a goat in half and that he's now regretting buying his new holiday home in downtown Cairo. For all we know he's called a hamster. I'm likely the shortest at 5'8". See? And I am taller than Gibbo. Therefore, it has to... Wait, who was taller? Clarkson or May? Ooh. Interesting. Hey, our Jen is here. Good to see you. Irish Aviator says, I think Murph is Clarkson. I am allergic to manual labour. That's one thing going for me. You know what I mean? Clarkson is taller than May. I think I am taller than Gibbo. Just saying. I grew myself. No flying or modding for me tonight. In bed already. You're knackered. Ah, dude. Scott says, we have something in common. We're both taller than May. But if we go by iRacing, Hammy is Clarkson. That's because he smashes through people and give them whiplash. Hammy, how was your day, man? If something is broken, do you just hit it with a Birmingham screwdriver until it works? You hit it with a hammer. Yes. No manual labour. See? Scott, we have other qualities. We don't need to worry about the things of manual labour. We do other things. We get blisters from pointing. Look at the Thunderflies giving it socks. Look at the amount of them tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. Ricardo says, what's the cockpit? Look. Isn't it absolutely stunning? Warhamster spent the day in an allotment doing manual labour. Hammy, have you not heard of like Farm Simulator, no? Officers don't work. He was an officer and a gentleman. Look at this. Lads, impressive flying, dudes. Yeah, just some of them words like there's some things I can't repeat. Ricardo says, nice. No worries, dude. This is a beautiful aircraft. I like 100% beautiful. The modelling, texture work, PBR, it sounds and flies brilliant. It's wonderful. They've done an incredible job here. And from a developer I know nothing about. A1R, it is the Ryan STA Special, and it is amazing. I'm really enjoying flying this thing. Visually stunning. Don't worry about them sounds if you hear them popping in. There's a bug from the P40. Scott said he spent the morning directing traffic in the rain. Ah. There's a lot of windmills up ahead. The windmills. Ooh. We're getting there. We're less than half an hour, lads. Less than half an hour. Yeah, what's Hammy growing? I'll beat you lads at go-karting. I'm less gravitationally challenged than you, Murph. Are you flying it or have you trimmed it well? Oh no, I've trimmed it well. Hands have been here for a good while. It's not too bad to trim. Look at this. Thunderflies inbound. You just see a whole load of lights coming at you. Ricardo says, was it military? You know the aircraft's history. It's an American military livery. Yes. So, bit of history on this aircraft. As we watch the Thunderflies fly by. The Ryan STs were a series of two-seat low-wing monoplane aircraft built by the United States by the Ryan Aeronautical Company. The Ryan Aeronautical Company. Now you might say, hey Ryan, I know Ryan. The Ryan umbrella, as it were, Ryan Aircraft. Well, the first Ryan group, they were responsible for building the Ryan NYP, also known as the Spirit of St. Louis, that was flown across the Atlantic Ocean. This is from the same kind of group of people. They were used as a sport aircraft, as well as trainers by the flying schools and also the militaries of several countries. T. Claude Ryan was the founder of the Ryan Aeronautical Company. In the 8th of June 1934, this aircraft had its very first flight. The ST, or Sports Trainer, featured two open cockpits in tandem. This variant is the STA, the A is for aerobatic, was developed with a more powerful engine. In particular, the STA Special, which is this very one, had a supercharged 150 horsepower Menasco engine. In 1937, the STA Special was developed into a military version, the STM, therefore the M meaning military. And what they did was they made the entrance, or, basically where the cockpit is, yeah? All they did, they widened this area right here. And they were able to stick on an L machine gun. And the reason why they had to widen the area for the cockpit, well, why would you think they'd have to widen it? Would anyone have an idea why they had to make the entrance... there's another word I'm just not... I'd forget. But to get into the cockpit, that area in which you get into, why would you think they had to make it bigger for the military variant? Any ideas? Hamster says, don't look at me, Shed. The allotment belongs to Mrs. Hammy's mother. I leveled the ground, put the shed thing in. Oh, nice. Bottom says, was it for fat people? No. That's what I thought. For women's big skirts? No. Was it for donuts? No. Yeah, Hammy's growing sheds. They taste lovely. Ammunition storage? No. Why would you think a military pilot would need more space in the cockpit than, say, a civilian pilot? What would be likely to happen in a military aircraft versus a civilian one? What's more likely to happen? Big helmets and suits. Annalisa, you're getting there. You are getting there. Rui Silva. You're right there, my dude. You are right there. It was for for the balls of steel. No, it was for the parachute. They had a parachute. Isn't that cool? Hey, Mr. Chippy. It was for Annalise's crisps. Ejectocito, cause. No, it was for the parachute. I found that very interesting. Yeah. So that's what they did. So they were able to strap on a machine gun. Like, you know, the airframe wouldn't be anyway good for bombs or any of that kind of stuff. Machine guns, dogfighting. So these were like, they were trainers. And, you know, the year 1934, when these were built. So you can imagine what the pilots went on to fly after training on something like this. But really before this, there was a lot of biplanes. So they would have jumped into, you know, they would have progressed somewhere between this, the P-40, and then eventually the North American P-51. Radio Tower Gamer says, Murph, do you ever watch James May's Man Lab? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Phil Boardman just passed 600 flight hours and logged 850 total hours. Oh, nice. Very nice. What's the roll rate? Well, technically, there's a warning here not to roll it. But, well, I'll show you. Now, when you say roll rate, do you mean like this kind of crack? Or am I just being an idiot? Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Look at the scenery, though, lads. Isn't this amazing? Some crazy terrain below. It's beautiful. Absolutely stunning here. Ooh, stutters. Stutters. Get ourselves back on course here a little bit. That's an amazing achievement, Phil. Amazing, dude. And the Thunderfly's flying along. Ah, there's a different style of flying when you're in these vintage aircraft. I find anyway. Like the Waka was kind of similar as well. Hammy says, I bought this plane last night, Murph. It is nice. I tested to destruction several times. Nice. It is. Like, look at. There are add-ons in the sim that I have, but I don't really kind of show you guys because I don't think, like, I couldn't recommend them, you know? And I don't want to be negative towards any developers. F-16. I can't be negative towards any developer, but I don't necessarily want to kind of showcase an aircraft or an add-on or scenery or whatever that you guys would be like, really, Murph, really? Do you know what I mean? But this aircraft, and pretty much anything that shows up, it's definitely worth a look into. And if you do have that appreciation for vintage aircraft, in particular ones that have an interesting story behind them and fly really, really well, you know, they're light on resources, and they just look like this. That's what it's all about. Kick the rudder and look at how much how much yaw you can hold. Crosswind landings on this thing is so much fun. Colonel Fox says, I put the F-16 way better than Captain Sim. Oh, for sure. Problem with the F-16 was he didn't own it. He owned nothing. He stolaged the parts, which, you know, interesting to say the least. Why people can't just talk to people, but anyway. Hey, Sky Blue Radio's in the house. Hey, guys. What's happening? Sky Blue Radio. For all your music needs. And chat, and talk, and, well, keeping it aviation. Hope you guys are keeping well. Was it Fred and Adam, I think, on the weekend? Fred and Adam? I think I'm saying that right. Von Malkt is here. When are they adding in the integrated air defense systems into micro... Could you imagine? I was trained as an air defense gunner. I was a gun commander. Love the windmills. Aren't they something else? They're super. How was the takeoff compared to the Warbird? Does the torque make it hard to taxi, take off and land? Not so much. No, it's relatively okay. I'm not putting the trim settings correct, because when I'm taking off, I'm relying on my own input to control the rudder, which probably isn't a good idea. Do you know? But no, it handles lovely. I mean, it's so graceful in the air. It's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. In fact, we'll play a bit of music to show how nice it is. If that made any sense. Yes. Yes. That's nice. you ever get the feeling you just ran out of fuel? Man, Murph. Doing us proud, so you are, son. Doing us proud. Isn't it stunning, though? It's so beautiful. Count Zeppelin is away. You take care, my dude. Many thanks for joining us this evening. So we continue on our Route 66 adventure. Jarden One Able says, Murph, you're showing off awfully well. Thunderflies approaching. Whoosh. Awesome stuff, guys. Alison Johnson says, I'm still watching but I've landed. I have an early start tomorrow. Ooh. The work does be crazy, doesn't it? Kevin Riley, nicely done, dude. 7 feet per minute landing. Don't act like you're not impressed. Happy Memorial Day, says Ricardo. Same to you, dude. Scott says, have to go to the Naval Air Station myself tomorrow. Oh, cool. Michelle says, cool, by the way, did they fix Shannon? There's a freeware add-on you can get for Shannon. That kind of fixes the taxiways and stuff. It's pretty cool. Ricardo says, and I'm a submariner. Oh, nice. Who would have thought windmills or turbines or them fellas would be so much fun? Aaron Dempsey's in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Andreas Jensen says, I work at a company that make the largest windmill towers. Oh, nice. Mr. Chippy says there was a guy on the TV that thought wind turbines were designed to spin and cool the earth down to fight global warming. I'm sure it was a wind-up. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Right, we're about 15 minutes away from our final stop of the evening as we approach Rick Husband. Now you might say, Murph, I know that name. Well, I'll tell you a bit more about it. So, Rick Husband, which is Amarillo International Airport, Kilo Alpha Mike Alpha. The first recorded landing of an aircraft in Amarillo occurred on the 27th of April, 1918, when 2 Army Signal Corps planes, commanded by Lieutenant R. Gray, landed in a pasture located in the 500 block of North Polk. The city of Amarillo opened a municipal airport referred to as Old Money or Old Municipal on the 29th of May in 1929. See how close this all is? That was like 2 days ago. Anyway, it was located 4 miles west of the current Amarillo Airport. Amarillo Air Force Base was adjacent to the international airport. The base was activated in 1942 and formally named as an Army airfield in May. The field, one of the largest installations in the Western Technical Training Command, was established for training air crew and ground mechanics to service the B-17 Flying Fortress. Amarillo Army Air Base was closed on the 15th of September 1946. Its facilities were turned over to the War Assets Administration, but the Air Force had a reactivation right to the airfield facilities if needed. Once in civilian hands by 1947, many of the buildings were converted to peacetime uses or they were destroyed. Due to the needs of the US Air Force during the Korean War, Amarillo Air Force was reactivated in 1951 and became the first all-jet mechanic training base for the Air Force. A tactical training wing was activated under the Air Training Command to oversee training activities, and in December 1951, the first trainees from foreign countries arrived. Mechanic training continued throughout 1953 and 1954 and included a course on the B-47 Stratojet medium bomber, although training was restricted as only the 3 B-47s were available for aircraft mechanic training. On September 2nd, 1970, the Amarillo branch of Texas State Technical Institute was opened on the former base grounds, later becoming the East Campus of Amarillo College. Another part of the base was used for the Amarillo Air Terminal, which opened on the 17th of May 1971. It was later renamed Rick Husband Amarillo International Airport in honour of Colonel Rick Husband, United States Air Force, following the death of the astronaut and Amarillo native in the Space Shuttle Columbia disaster. The long runway, built for use of the Air Force Base, bisected the original Route 66, which was rerouted into Amarillo. The old alignment is one of the few in Texas which cannot be travelled today, as the Mother Road enthusiasts are required to detour around the airport by travelling north on Highway 60 to join the Amarillo Boulevard or returning to I-40. The main runway at Rick Husband Amarillo International Airport is the original runway of the airbase. Isn't that absolutely fascinating? I think it is. Mr. Two-Tone again, thank you so very much for all the informationage for our flight this evening. That's incredible. It was named in honour of the astronaut. Keva says, woohoo, we're in Texas. I was going to say damn tootin', but... damn tootin'. We're in Texas now. Bun Bun the Rabbit, good to see you. Ricardo says, are you from the UK? I've been to Scotland. Her Majesty's Naval Base in Clyde. Went out to Glasgow and Edinburgh. The War Museum at the castle was a blast. It's not too far from me, Ricardo. I'm Irish. I live in Ireland. In a place called Tipperary. And, well, our closest neighbour being England, Wales and Scotland. And indeed the north of Ireland. Wonderful places to travel. Bun Bun the Rabbit is from Hawaii. Hey! Hello from Tipperary, my dude. Radio Chatter Gaming says, been one of the most chill flights tonight. Irish Aviator says, we're in Texas and that's the bottom line. Because Irish Aviator said so. Hey, Christopher James has subscribed. Many thanks, my dude. Kevin Riley says, my sister lives in Amarillo. She loves it there. Nice. Gary Bloxham is here. Hello, hello. Good to see you, Gary. Happy Monday. Prop Strike says, the algorithm has found you. I never heard of you until just now, but you're in my recommended. Maybe I'll keep watching. Welcome aboard, Prop Strike. Happy Monday to you, dude. Mr. Chippy says, this tune makes me think of Amy Winehouse. Huh? It's like, is this the way to Amarillo? No, it's not. It's not unlike it, though. Prop Strike, many thanks for the subscribe, my dude. So if you guys are new here, well, thank you. Thank you very much. We have a Discord. That's where we hanging about when we're not on the live stream. So I live stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 1900 Zulu time. Monday nights are right here on YouTube. And, well, Wednesdays and Fridays are ramble over there to Twitch. Yeah. Bun Bun the Rabbit. We have our own aerobatics display team. They are called the Thunderflies. And if you check out our website, here's something cool and awesome. Buttons Murph. If you go to a website, a little link will appear. Click on it. It's twotonemurphy.com. I know, right? Original. But there is a page just devoted to our Thunder Flies. And a huge shout out to Gibbo Ireland for creating the masterpiece that is our website. It's really, really cool. So the runway for landing is technically closed. But in the sim it won't be. So runway 04 for the win. Colonel Fork says, we're off course again. Oh God, we are, look. That happened on Friday night. That's why it's a chilled out stream tonight, by the way. I had a night on Friday night. The sim wouldn't work. I had to resort to like bad guitar playing, and I dropped the keyboard on my foot. As in a musical keyboard. I've bruises on my toes. Hey Ricardo, many thanks for the subscribe, guy. I went into Twitch into the music channel. And I wear a wig on a Friday. I can't explain it, you have to see it, right? It all makes, well, it makes no sense, but that's the point. Because we're on the internet. Bad Dog says, I got the time wrong, but it looks quite nice at dusk. Ooh. Is it just bruises? Yeah. Yeah. Andy, it's on, I shouldn't be telling you, it's over on Twitch. You'll see it, just like 3 different videos, and the reason there were so many videos, every time I streamed off my iPad. Like, what? And there's a delay between me talking. It's like, and then, do you know what I mean? Yeah, it was very sad. Bottom says, are accidents during the stream insured, Murph? No, they're not. I dropped it. The key, and it's not light. It's not light. Bang. Oh, Scott. I'm so used to Colonel Fork hitting me with the sippage. Scott hit me with a sip. Thanks, Scott. Andy Beeson says, I followed on there. I'll check it out. Do. Kevin Riley says, Murph is Murph, and that is grand. You got the Guinness in the cup. No, I have lined up the shot and won. I'm drinking a Dingle gin. Dingle in County Kerry. They make a fantastic gin. And, well, I was introduced to it by the lovely and talented Mrs. Two-Tone. And, yeah, I may have, you know, I'm off course again, look. I'm a synth nut. Synth for the win. I can't really play, I can't play it. I mess with it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, look, we kind of photogrammetry here. Ooh. Tasty beverage is gin and ginger. Yeah, and someone put in specs. If you put in exclamation mark specs, that should work. Now fly this direction, Murph. Is this the way to Amarillo? It is now. But yeah, you guys are all very, very welcome for joining us here tonight. What PC do you have? Yeah, it's look above. It's up the way. Wait, on YouTube. It's over there. I think. There. Vaughn says, have you ever done any DCS? I've dipped my toes into DCS. Yes, I'm learning it. He's looking for a steak dinner. Subscribe to my channel and we'll have some steak dinners. I could do the steak dinner. Ooh. We had meatballs tonight. Here's a meatball. In theory, the mods can spam SIP and you'll miss the airport. It's not just the mods. Not just the mods. It's happened before. The crowd went bananas with the SIP. I was talking and trying to land the plane. I wasn't as think as you drunk I was. I was in an awful hoop. That happens quite a lot. So we're about to fly directly over Amarillo. We need a bit of music for this area. Oh, hang on. I know just the type. Now, can we find it, Murphy? What's this one sound like? That works. Yeah, that works. So, we'll do a bit of flying around Amarillo. For the sheer crack of it. Murph doesn't need gin to lose an airport. I really don't. Bun the Rabbit says, thanks for a good stream. Well, thank you for stopping by, dude. Ah, photogrammetry. Hello again, my good friend. I have missed you. Hey, Dangerous Bananas here. Good to see you. This is the Ryan STA special. It's a beaut. It's available over on simmarket.com from A1 or well, thanks very much, Ricardo. Very kind of you to say. And I can assure you, you will have fun with this airplane. I think it's super. Really, really nice. And I haven't spoken to the devs. Like, usually I'd say to a dev, hey, I want to fly your plane. What can you tell me about it? This one I just kind of jumped in at. Really liked it. Keen Leffer says, is this our last leg? This is our final frontier for this evening. Yes. You gotta love photogrammetry, right? Prop Strike is learning the ways quickly. Cheers, my guy. Oh, I need to lean that mixture. John Morris is away. You take care, my dude. Dougal. Sip! Hot Dog says, I was playing with the cash the other day. It seemed to make no difference whatsoever. Oh. Flying Lineman says, soon you can buy a real replica from a friend down the street. Ooh. Thunderflies. They're so hot right now. Buffalo. Full, rich mixture. So we have all our fireflies with us tonight. I want to say a big shout out for everyone for joining me along the flight. We had about 44, 45 planes. Pretty cool. I'm loving the scenery, isn't it amazing? We'll head this way. We're going to head downtown, circle around, because the airport's only up the road there a small bit. So we're going to head downtown as we crank up the tunage. Prop Strike, many thanks for the super chat. He says to cover some sips of your gin. Many thanks, my dude. Martel says, how can I see the Thunderfly's new livery? It shall be released soon. Just not yet. It's still in the oven. It's still cooking. The stealth Cessna. Muse fan says, seeing a few new name tags with the Thunderflies, they're building up a nice wee team. Oh yeah. If you guys would like to join up with the Thunderflies, head over to our Discord. You'll see the Thunderflies applications. Have a chat with the guys. They'll introduce you to some training, formation flying, aerobatics, the whole 9 yards. Many thanks, Martin B. Look at the train yard just beneath us. This place is beautiful. Does chug work? I don't know. Let's give it a go. It kind of works. Many thanks, Martin B. Also followed me on Twitch. Nice. Many thanks, my dude. Captain Sickbag asks, are there many liveries with the Ryan? There's 3 with it that are available. 2 civilian, 1 military. Pop Strike says, do you fly in VATSIM at all? Yeah, every now and again, dude. Every now and again. What about you? It's all fun and games, lads. So, we're about to turn and final as Prop Strike rambles away, off to get some eat, he says. Go get some eat, my dude. Great stream, thanks very much. And one last chug. Well, many thanks for the visit, Prop Strike. Ah, very kind of you. So, face cam on for the dramatic effect as we're going to try and put this machine down here. Really liking the scenery. It's nice, isn't it? So, runway 04 for the win. Well, bros away. You take care, my dude. This area is nice, isn't it? This is very nice. So we got ourselves lined up here at runway 04. As soon as I land, we'll watch you guys come in as well. John says, it's so strange to have a real bed, a real toilet and shower. I feel like Tarzan seeing the modern world for the first time. And with this realization, I say good night and goodbye until next time. John Morecamp, I'm just so happy to see you here, my dude. Thanks so much for dropping by. And for sure, looking forward to seeing you soon, my dude. You take care. Until the next time. So, Viper says, I'm at the Big Texan Steakhouse. Viper, order some pints and some steaks, dude. So, bring our power back. We're coming in hot. Murph? Interesting. For that's not the right runway at all. Whoops. Hey, Rickages. Many thanks for the subscribe, my dude. Do you see what I nearly did there? I nearly landed us at completely the wrong airport. Because that wouldn't have been like me at all. Is everyone else doing the same? Yes. It was the wrong airport. It's okay, it's just up here. Thankfully, it's just up the road. What's that place called? Kilo Tango Delta Whiskey. Whoops. Hang on, we'll do one of these. It was going so well until it wasn't. Oh, dude. Amarillo ATC are furious with Murphy. Amarillo, it's Murph. I've done it again. I did it again, baby. Yeah, baby, yeah. Opie, right. It was all part of the plan. It was an optical illusion. It was the pattern on the runway. Yes. It's called Kilo Delta, the wrong airport. Thunderflies. It was worth it. Just to see that flyby once more. Here we are. Look, this is the runway here ahead of us. Which is huge and massive. Oops, I did it again, baby. Yeah. You see, I get to be the Egypt, so you don't have to. See? See? Eyes on the floor. Eyes on the floor. Oh. Oh, God. How's our fuel situation? That's all right. It's all right. We'll stand up at the plane looking out. Meanwhile, the wind is blowing through my hair. What's left of them? That was Tradewind Airport. Ah, I see. Flaps 1. Nothing to see here. No, no. Move along. There is nothing to see here. Field elevation here is about 3,500 feet. 3,607 to be exact. Follow me! Don't follow me! Murph, making your mistakes. Oh yeah, Murph, making your mistakes for you since 2020. Chicken fried steak. Oh, that sounds nice. That's what Stevie Wonder said. Nothing to see here. Oh dear. Right. Here we go. That looks like a steakhouse. Or maybe it's just someone's red roof. Red roof. Yes, this is looking very promising indeed. Yes. The noise of the P40. Alright, Murph. Let's see, can we gently put this down and not end up in a pleshka? And you read it. Alrighty then. Power coming back. And just kind of gently glide us in here, Murph, now. Nothing too fancy. Easy now. Easy. "89 feet a minute, but we bounced. The shame." There we go. Almost. There we go. Viper says, "Murph, I got that 72-ounce steak. Steak for the Thunderflies. Done. Oh, look at the lads. Look at the lads. We're going to miss the lads. Look at the split." We kind of got it, and then I went to a wrong camera. The lads did an epic split over the runway, and Murph almost didn't see it. Who was that? Hey, Melvin. Many thanks for the subscribe, dude. Says we had a busy... Who was that? Will you slow down there, Mr. Inverted? God almighty. Scott says, "Ooh, a lightning strike almost shook the house. Need to shut down for protection. Computer, have a great stream." And, oh, Scott, take care, dude. Yeah, that sounds kind of nuts. Lightning, eh? Right, nameplate's on. Yes. Buttons, buttons, buttons. Now, we need to do a thing. This one. Yes, this one. And then this. Right, we'll catch up to the dudes. We can see Musefan and Gullum. The last break was really nice. Van Murphy, a genius. Way to catch them, dude. Way to catch them. The cameras are fixated. Oh, look, it's Viper Strike upside down. Sure, of course it's Viper Strike upside down. Thought you were getting the stakes. Get back there. There's AIM in 1973 coming in. There's a Colonel Fork over there. Now remember, guys, once you get landed, do hit the escape key. Buzz B is here. We fly in the North Europe server, my dude. Look at this. Canadian Buzzard has subscribed. Many thanks, my dude. Okay, Brancho, Bad Dog, Axe. There's Fred, Dangerous Brian, Druid Zeus is here as well. Many thanks to Sam Smith and Lockheed Blackbird. Guys, thanks so much for all the subscribes, my dudes. Captain Jack Kyle, Soaring AJ, Pyrotech, The Real Fizzbin. Some beautiful landings here, my dudes. Okay, Brancho had, like, an incident. Irish Aviator, phone at 10%. Dragonfly 8. You take care, my dude. Hey, Buzz B. Many thanks for the subscribe. As see you later and Bodup. Make it into the runway. There's Rogers RC. There's H. Barley. Oh, Grail. Lads, all the subscribes. Thanks so much. Martel is inbound. Looking mighty. It's a busy night for the old subscribes, isn't it? They're giving it socks right now. Ooh, Psy 120. Straight through the camera like a boss. Dougal McTavish is down. Aviator Nate, it looks like. There's Gibbo Ireland right on the centre line. Look at this. There's Viper Strike. He had a comment deleted by the bot. It didn't like it. Something about ordering oysters. Viper, you should know me by now. I'm not one for the fish. I like me steak, over land. There's Flying Trits and Coley. Look at the state of this for our landing. There's Black Heart 46 or. Caval B is away. You take care, my dude. Captain Sickbag rambles out. 3 pints of beer on a sunny afternoon is the way to go. I concur. Hey, Andy GB is here. Good to see you. Here's Tarnish 42. The bot gave out because it was oysters. I didn't post any links. I think it's because you talked about fish. Nicely done, Tarnish. Nicely done. We're waiting the imminent arrival of the Thunderflies. We have HCBR, Steve Solo, Dennis G, Wombat, Masonic Lake, Rudy, Two Cats, Test Pilot, Catbat 9, Mark 362, and Frozen. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you the Thunderflies. Epic, epic flying tonight, my dudes. Really, really well done. That livery is so hot right now, it's not even funny. Absolutely fantastic. They're so hot right now. Frozen hit a bit of a lump. God almighty, look at the rump on the runway. The rump? Get your words right, Murph. It's English, you can do it. Look at the lump on the runway. The scenery was giving it socks. Did you see it? Oh, God. There we have it, sports fans. Another night, another stream, and another fantastic time was spent with all you lot. Thank you so very, very much indeed for joining me. That was a howl a minute. Very nice, kind of chilled out, not too much drama. Do you know what I mean? It was grand. And we have the Thunderflies coming in. Some say they even walk down the street in formation. Hats off to you, my dudes. A huge shout out to our Fireflies. For all the new people who have rambled in, you're very welcome. Thank you so much indeed. A huge shout out to our team of moderators and our community admins. Many thanks, my guys. Thank you so very much indeed for your company. I've said it before, I shall say it again. I absolutely look forward to spending some time with you on these streams. There's no goal here, only than to spend a bit of time with you. Let's do a bit of flying, learn some new things, and go exploring. It's just a howl, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So yes, we shall be catching you on Wednesday. We're going to be over on Twitch for our community spotlight, well, the Murph line, as we'll be hosting Ailerons into Wind. Looking forward to that. So until then, look after yourselves, stay safe. I'll see you over on Discord, and take care. Bye-bye.